All right, so once again, I'm live. Um, Frank and Chak supposed to be on tonight. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. More psyops, more bull crap, more stuff to bring up. Right, right here we got a young brother named Javion McGee. They say he was hanged in Henderson, North Carolina. So, you just got to look into it and pull it up and see what's happening here. He was just able lynched, right? So it is what it is. So let me pull it up.
The state of North Carolina wants us to believe this nonsense. This just in, of course, is not in the major news, but another young black man was found lynched in the state of North Carolina. This young brother by the name of Javion McGee, 21 years of age. He's from the Chicago area. He's a truck driver. So he traveled to a place called Henderson, North Carolina, which is in Vance County, to make a drop or a delivery. And when he traveled there for work, they found his body hanging from a tree behind a truck stop in Henderson, North Carolina, in Vance County. Now, they say that the truck stop that they found him hanging at is not exactly in Henderson, North Carolina. It's right outside of it, but it is in Vance County. Now, the white authorities down there are saying that Javion McGee went into a local Walmart, got a rope, then went and hung himself from a tree. How stupid is that? Do you all believe that? Now, the authorities or the local coroner, they would not let his mother view his body. Okay, they said the reason why you can't come view his body is due to COVID. Then they came with some other okey doke, I believe, saying something like they need his father to come identify his body or his father's approval. I don't know what that's about. So his mother asked them for pictures in the meantime.
What,
People,
Frank?
they do this. They do send people pictures.
What up, what up?
Told her, okay, we'll send you the
Somebody young
pictures.
boy that got
And they
lynched.
changed their mind and they said, no, these pictures are too gruesome. We can't send them to you. So condolences to the family of this young brother, Javion McGee. Okay? But people, do you believe this? That this 21-year-old young man, happy in his career, he's got a job, he's about to make money, he's got plans. He goes to North Carolina to make a drop. And he said, oh, no, let me go to Walmart and get a rope and just hang myself at the truck stop. I don't believe that at all, people.
Hey y'all, I would have never thought I had to make this kind of post on my TikTok, but my family desperately needs your help. This is my little cousin, Javion McGee. He's from Chicago, Illinois. He was 21 years old and would have been 22 in a few weeks. He was found hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina yesterday. He drove trucks, so that was his reason for even being out there. The police officers are trying to say that he went to Walmart and purchased the rope and hung himself. We obviously don't believe that, and we are just asking for your help to push his story out there. This isn't covered on any local platforms. No news stations, radio, none of that. So we're trying to push it out there. We really need your help. The police officers in the coroner's office are giving us a hard time, not allowing his mom to identify the body. At one point, they told her she can't identify the body due to COVID. And then the next day, today, they told her the father has to give her permission.
Which means everyone can take your brand and sip it, work in it.
Yeah, people, that's his cousin right there. Condolences to his family again. And these people are already hiding things. They're hiding information, doing what they want to do with his body, probably contacting Walmart, telling some employee who was in one of their clubs to make a receipt for somebody, buying a rope at a certain time. You can make a receipt or whatever, put that in his pockets or whatever, in his clothes, who knows, in his truck. Where's the camera footage? Where's the camera footage at this truck stop? In my opinion, These white folks out there did this to him. And of course, I believe that these lynchings are done in a very organized, calculated fashion. There is somebody allegedly at this truck stop that said that Javion was not there by himself. That's what a truck stop employee said, that he wasn't there by himself. Somebody definitely did this to him. People, as much as others, people don't want to believe this. There are groups of organized white Americans who are out. They prey on black people nationwide. And when they have the opportunity, they are still lynching black people. That's what it is, in addition to all kinds of other stuff. I recently covered a story on one of my channels. It probably was this one or the other one. Remember the young brother from North Carolina, Tamion Blair. Okay, remember the young truck driver from North Carolina, Tamion Blair, truck driver, 21 years of age also, just like Javion. They say that this happy, ambitious young man drives to Indiana to make a drop or a pick with his truck, and he just decides to hang himself in the truck. It's just that stupid. They saying it is what it is, case closed. They expect us to believe that, yo? Nah, man, nah. I'm telling you, people, this is what's going on. They don't want to talk about it. There are organized groups of calculated white Americans who are out nationwide. When they get the opportunity, they lynching black people. They doing what they want because they know nothing is going to be done. People, let me ask you, and I want you to get in the comments. I noticed that there are quite a few young black truck drivers, now out on the road doing their thing, driving across country and stuff like that. Young black people who are trying to, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do something positive. Take advantage of their lives so they can make some money and have a career, do whatever they plan to do as opposed to the foolishness. And I do believe they have the ability to operate a truck, no doubt. I think that a 21-year-old can be taught to operate a truck. I do believe that. But I'm thinking, and I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about this. I'm thinking that as far as the black youth is concerned in today's age, I think that 21 may be too young to go cross country alone and deal with white people.
All right, let's stop right there. What do you think about this, Chak? Since you just came on, what do you think about the young brother being lynched out here in Henderson, North Carolina? Which is about an hour and some change from me.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to respond with something I really don't have enough information on. So I like I said, I'll wait and pause until some more information come out.
All right, that worked. But I will say this: he was from Illinois, so obviously he was over the road truck driving, which we do know that means you got to be safe where your whereabouts wherever you at, because something could happen at any time.
Yeah.
There was no tracker, like a tracker on the truck or nothing like that. What's going on, y'all? What's Chak? What up, man?
Man, peace.
There was nothing on the truck, they don't got like trackers or nothing on the trucks, or they don't got anything to where.
Well, it depends. If he most likely depends on what company he was driving for. If it was, what I'm saying, they got those automatic digital logs. You know what I'm saying? Some of these manual 18-wheelers, rigs. You know what I mean? So yes, they do get, trackers, but I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, Frank. Some of these people be over the road, man. They be going to some of these small towns and some of these little mid cities and mid towns and stuff. Even just some regular truck stops in your major city. But the truck stops be sometimes right outside the city in them little small towns and shit. And man, anything goes on at some truck stops, bro.
I bet.
Anything goes on.
Yeah, 21-year-old, damn, kind of young. Absolutely.
Yeah, anything goes on at some truck stops. Because like they got like little hotels and stuff that be, little motels and shit that be, that they stop off at and, And yes, truck drivers get robbed all the time, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all a story though. I was working in Jacksonville, Florida, working for this company. Matter of fact, it was a paper mill. I was doing security out in the parking lot. So I was actually person working at the security booth where the truck drivers, the trailers come in, and I got to sign them in. And, they sign them in and sign them out and stuff. They go through mine. I raise the gate for them. And this particular location is, at nighttime, dark. It's so dark at nighttime, you can't even see 5 feet in front of you sometimes, right? So I'm working over an overnight shift. Now, maybe 5, probably not even 4 or 5 minutes away from the entry where the truck drivers come in. They have their own parking lot that's right across from the facility, not too far from where my booth was at. You know what I mean? Station was at. So that's like 4-minute walk for them to park their cars and some of the trailers and stuff. Bro, do you know that a truck driver, one of them, had got robbed right there by gunpoint? Now, he didn't get shot, but he got robbed by gunpoint. Now, this at the job. This ain't even at a truck stop. This at the job where they, park the trucks in this parking lot that's across from these back, these backwood areas and back. It was like a backwooded area though. Them back roads and stuff. You know what I mean? Industrial areas. So it's a lot that goes on that don't necessarily get reported. You know what I'm saying? In these cities, in these little towns and stuff, man. So, but it is something to raise your eye that somebody would allegedly, hang somebody.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this about.
And the thing is that a lot of these people. I noticed that a lot of these people come from like Chicago, Illinois area. I noticed that when these lynchings, like, you know what I mean? I noticed that. Man, that's crazy, man.
Well, let me go to this right quick because I'm on a lot of things going on.
Wait, real quick. Why? How come? See, this is what I don't get, though. This is what I don't get. This confuses me about these. Why do police always say the same shit? Why do police always act like it's a suicide? They always act like they don't give a fuck. It's kind of weird, man.
Well, I'm getting to the police right now.
Cool.
They had a bomb threat down there in Springfield, Ohio. I think they had a bomb threat where they had to evacuate the building, but I'll get to that in a minute.
On top of a developing story out of the district where hours ago, D.C. police and protesters demonstrating against the police shooting death of Justin Robinson came to a head. Police say a peaceful protest outside MPD's 7th District in Southeast turned violent and arrests were made. News 4's Joseph Olmo has the latest.
I'm asleep, don't shoot. Tuesday night in D.C. What started like this ended like this.
So what happened outside of this police station last night along Alabama Avenue in Southeast that led to several people getting arrested? Well, first off, you got to understand this video. This is video of a D.C. police officer's body cam showing the moment earlier this month when 26-year-old Justin Robinson was shot and killed by officers. The department says Robinson was found unresponsive in a car in a McDonald's drive-through lane. And when police approached the car, they say Robinson reached for his own gun while also trying to grab an officer's weapon.
If he was non-responsive and you just, somebody tapping on the window, you waking up, like, you're going to be like, whoa, what's going on?
Today, News 4 is back in the community to see how people feel about the body cam video and the protests about it last night.
We're sorry that it happened. They could have did a little better, though. Like told him they had him surrounded. He couldn't run.
They was protesting for something good, but at the same time, it turned another way. Violence is not the way to get anything done.
Now, in a statement posted online last night, D.C. police say the protests started peacefully, but at around 10 p.m., they say some started throwing water bottles, rocks, and other objects at officers.
And the department has confirmed to News 4 that 7 people were arrested during last night's protests. I'm Joseph Olmo, News 4.
The family of Justin Robinson Shots flying outside a D.C. school this morning with 2 students hit by gunfire. Thanks for joining us for News 4 at 4. I'm Erica Gonzalez.
And I'm Susan Hogan. The shooting rattled the community in Southeast, and parents rushed to the school hoping.
Now look, now check this out. They had the thing with the cops, right? Now they got a school shooting in D.C. where 2 kids ended up getting shot. Okay, 2 teenagers. Huh? I said, damn, it's all going on. I'm coming to Richmond, Virginia in a minute. Bro? Just hold tight. They're coming to Richmond, Virginia in a minute. Just stay tuned.
Their child was okay.
Officers were called to KIPP DC Legacy College on 8th Street in Southeast just before 10 o'clock this morning. Police say the shooting happened up the street and 2 students came to that school looking for help.
News 4's Dominique Moody has been following this story all day for us, and he joins us now with the very latest. Dominique.
Susan and Erica, police say that the shooting happened here along 8th Street. Those 2 teenage boys, where they were shot at was just up the street. They came running to the front of the school, and that's when they were asking for help. Meantime, families showing up to pick up their kids. They said that they had a hard time struggling to find the words to describe how they felt after knowing that a shooting happened just outside of their kids' school.
This is a warm embrace Yvette Bernal has anxiously waited for after finding out that bullets went flying outside her grandson's school.
That's a feeling you can't describe, because man, something happened to my baby. Oh man, I don't know what I do.
The hugs.
Oh, okay, I'm coming. I see your car.
And check-ins come after gunshots erupted outside of KIPP DC Legacy College Prep, striking 2 students. DC police say a 16-year-old and 17-year-old were shot on 8th Street in Southeast. The sound of gunfire leading to fear and shock from nearby neighbors, students, and parents.
I heard the shot because when I came from the trash can, I sat by my window. I was sitting on my walker. So when I hear the shot, I just laid back down because I ain't want no bullet coming in my house getting me.
Dozens of officers, along with yellow crime tape and evidence markers, surrounded the school. Thursday morning, investigators were seen sifting through bushes, collecting clues, and searching behind these homes, hoping to collect any evidence that could help in the investigation. DC police releasing these images of the car believed to be involved in the shooting. Officers describing the getaway vehicle as a black truck with California tags. Both teenagers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
It's breathtaking. It's been a lot going on lately, and it's very scary that we send our kids to these schools or anywhere and things are happening to them.
Families say they're demanding that the shootings and violence stop in hopes to create safer communities.
I'm just tired of the gun. I'm tired of the gun. It's sad, man. I don't want to cry, but the children, man. What they supposed to do? What they supposed to do? Bullets don't have no names on them. Innocent children getting shot. Come on, man. They got to do something about this.
And those were just some of those emotions from the parents who were coming to pick up their kids. The last update from DC police is that they believe that they found that vehicle that were in those images that you just saw from that story. They are still working to confirm that that black truck that was seen in those images was connected to the shooting involving those 2 teenage boys. As for the investigation, they are trying to figure out any suspect information. So if you out there in the community know anything about this shooting, have seen anything about this shooting, you are asked to contact DC police. Meantime, here at the school, they say tomorrow they will have normal operating hours. So kids will be coming back tomorrow. There will be normal operating hours. They will be providing mental health resources for students as they come back and as they deal with the fact that 2 of their fellow classmates were shot just steps from the front entrance. Back to you.
Dang. A lot of stuff going on, guys. A lot of stuff going on.
The pioneer, he said Tyler Perry. You said if a white dude comes up smoking some weed, she offers him something.
Meet Maria. When she brings her
boy.
kids to the YMCA after school, a funny thing happens.
On sort of the side back.
All right.
This shit's hilarious.
So
yeah, this shit is crazy.
let me say this. All right, this is down here by me. After this, we're gonna comment on all this nutshell. But this is down here by me because guess what? The Hanover County School was probably about 25, 30 minutes away. They had a lot of them bomb threats or threats online was from TikTok, and they found out it was from out of Georgia. It wasn't from here, but they made it seem like it was in Virginia. And that's why how they shut some of the schools down. Right. Crazy shit, right? Yeah. But check this out.
Entrance to River City Middle School for several hours, where dozens of police as well. And at this point, they have told us about in the last 30 minutes that they have determined that there is no active threat occurring at the school, but they did give us sort of more information as to what led to this big response this morning. They tell us that one of the bus drivers at the school was picking up students from an apartment complex about 2 miles away, and that driver thought she saw a student with a firearm and called that tip in, prompting that response. That led to the lock and teach here at River City Middle and at the Richmond School for the Arts. The lock and teach has been lifted at School for the Arts, but as far as we know, still remains here at River City Middle, although School for the Arts still in a restricted movement at this moment. Again, like I said, police from 3 different agencies here as well. They also had a canine detection unit on here sweeping the school. And as of last check in the last 30 minutes from Richmond Policing, they have found no confirmation of either a firearm or potentially who this student was that was seen by the bus driver.
All right, let's stop that right there. Because yesterday I did see a news camera out there. Or was that Wednesday? Might have been yesterday. But I did see a news camera out there. I didn't see the police, but I did see a news camera. So that's probably what was going on. All right, now, Richmond High School, that's my old high school. He's called George Whipton and changed the name. I didn't know that until a couple weeks ago when a guy told me they had to play them, right? All right, this other school is Elcott, but it used to be called, what's up, man? Look, it used to be called, used to be called Elcott, and then they called River City Middle School. So what I'm saying is, they had these, what they call it, lockdown. So the school I went to, they were locked down. You couldn't come in and get your kid for a while or whatever like that. You know, you couldn't get your child. They were locked down. They won't let nobody in. And River City, I guess they, must have had the police outside, as you see right there. So, but they've been saying they've been bomb threats. They've been threatening the school every day. Last Friday, I told you, Frank, they shut the school down. Friday, some of them down here because they were scared of school shootings or whatever. What the hell is going on?
All in the election year, right?
Crazy stuff, ain't it, man?
Man? All in the election year. They playing too much, man. But what's up with all these things? This kid violence and this violence with these kids, though, all of a sudden. I just think, I don't know, you just gotta all of a sudden all this is happening right around election time, right?
Hey, Chak, what do you think about this, man? All this school drama.
Say it again.
What do you think about all this school drama?
It is what it is, baby. It's drama. See it. It is
man,
drama for your mama.
Down, man. Parents couldn't get in. No, Chak, I got to get my child, man. That's me. You know what I'm saying, bro?
And you know what's crazy?
All the drama. They say the drama for your mama.
Look, you know what's crazy about this? You know what's crazy? Why? How come? Why none of this happen at public? I mean, why is this always happening at public schools? This type of shit. Never happened. You don't ever hear this happen at private schools or Muslim schools.
Wait a minute. Didn't your buddy Darren Muhammad tell you They remember the public school getting that federal funding to participate in active shooter drills.
You said getting that federal funding for what?
For them active shooter drills.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who that Jack Starks in that bit?
Yeah. Wait a minute, didn't you give him the link?
Yeah, I gave him the link, but I thought I gave him the fucking the goddamn YouTube, but I guess it was the StreamYard link. I just shared it to damn.
Yes, sir.
What's
Can
up,
you
man?
Shit, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, how y'all doing, brothers, man?
Chilling.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get in, man. Trying to hop on, man. I'm like, man, okay, I figured it out.
Well, let me pull this up, man. We gotta talk about this. Yeah, thanks for coming on stage, by the way.
Man.
Yeah. John Legend, Haitian. So John Legend opened his fat mouth. He says nobody eating dogs and cats. That's what John Legend said.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Legend, and I was born as John R. Stevens from a place called Springfield, Ohio. Oh, Springfield, Ohio. You may have heard of Springfield, Ohio this week. In fact, if you watched the debate, we were discussed by our presidential candidates, including a very special, interesting man named Donald J. Trump. Now, Springfield has had a large influx of Haitian immigrants who have come to our city. Now, our city had been shrinking for decades. We didn't have enough jobs. We didn't have enough opportunity. So people left and went somewhere else. So when I was there, we had upwards of 75,000 people. And in the last 5 years, we were down to like 60,000 people. But of late, during the Biden administration, there have been more jobs that opened up, more manufacturing jobs, more plants, factories that needed employees and were ready to hire people. So we had a lot of job opportunities, and we didn't have enough people in our town of 60,000 people to fill those jobs. And during the same time, there had been upheaval and turmoil in Haiti, and the federal government granted visas and immigration status to a certain number of Haitian immigrants so they could come to our country legally. And our demand in Springfield for additional labor met up with the supply of additional Haitian immigrants. And here we are. We had about 15,000 or so immigrants move to my town of 60,000. Now, you might say, wow, that's a lot of people for a town that only had 60,000 before. That's a 25% increase. That is correct. So you might imagine there are some challenges with, integrating a new population, new language, new culture, new dietary preferences, all kinds of reasons why there might be growing pains, making sure there are enough services to accommodate the new larger population that might need bilingual service providers, et cetera, et cetera. So there are plenty of reasons why this might be a challenge for my hometown. But the bottom line is these people came to Springfield because there were jobs for them and they were willing to work. And they wanted to live the American dream, just like your German ancestors, your Irish ancestors, your Italian ancestors, your Jewish ancestors, your Jamaican ancestors, your
Hey, can you stop
Polish
it right quick?
ancestors, all these ancestors who have moved.
I'm gonna stop it right now.
Now I do want to make a couple statements before. Now, okay, that's cool. The companies that want to hire new people though, but why did they look inward? I want to know what was the inward number that they looked into first. Many when I say inward, international. When I mean international, I mean inside the 50 United States, different other states. They could have brought, gave the same benefits. You know what I'm saying? Pay for they stay to come and work. You know what I'm saying? I wanted, first of all, I wanted that they did that. I'm not saying they didn't, and they did. If somebody got the research, definitely will be, Now he mentioned the Biden opened up new jobs and brought in, but yeah, for foreigners. Okay, cool. What about the American people though? And another thing, he talked about the immigrant coming in. He talked about the Irish. He talked about the Jewish. He talked about Italians, the Polish. When all them people came in, like he said, once again, you coming in and bringing in a new culture of people. They have different cultures, different language barriers. Well, we did see the movie Gang of New York. Was that a false? Was that a false tale?
You know something he said that got me?
Huh?
You know something that's getting me with him? This is the same fool out there goddamn with a Pfizer commercial right now that's telling you this bullshit. Let me just say that right there. I just saw the commercial today. Him telling you take the COVID and the flu shot at the same time. And this fool gonna talk about this. Now watch this.
But I said that because when you bring people in like that, as he say, different cultural people, you're going to have situations that pop off like this.
Of course.
And I use reference of the Gang of New York, the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, the Germans, the Bavarians, the Bavarians, the so-called Jews, the different Polish. You're going to have the Bosnians. You're going to have, and you put all these people in the same area with people that's already from those areas. You're going to have a run-in. You're going to have accidents, car accidents, as we see. You're going to have certain, crimes that are going to be committed off this language barrier itself and culture itself. So they trying to soft shoot like it need to be addressed. If it's something going on and y'all trying to keep, and see, this is what they've been trying to do. Oh, the crime is not happening. Bro, common sense, if you bring different cultural people, put them together, they're going to be crime. It's going to be confusion, controversy, until that stuff get sorted out. I mean, anybody trying to lie and say that's not going to happen, that's a lie. You're going to have a certain amount of people that's going to have a lot of controversy with each other until that shit gets sorted out. So they trying to soft shoot this shit. I ain't saying that people did what they didn't do, but we do know when you put different groups of people in certain areas. Similarly, when they did that too with us, when they moved the Indians, right, classified later as colored Negroes into these projects, right? Mm-hmm. What did we get? What did we get, Stice? What did we get, Frank?
Oh,
when they move, we man, chaos, bro. Conflict.
Conflict. I'm glad you said it. Y'all got it.
All right, let this clown keep talking because he ain't got that much long. I just want to let you know this clown is on him, and then you got shopped and all these other people jumping on him.
To this country, maybe not speaking the language that everyone else spoke, maybe not eating the same foods, maybe having to adjust, maybe having to integrate, but all coming because they saw opportunity for themselves and their families in the American dream, and they came here to do that. Some facts about immigrants. They usually do very well here. They are hardworking, they're ambitious, they commit less crime than native-born Americans, and they will assimilate and integrate in time, but it takes time. So
you see how it's cool to bash Americans, the original Americans, but they have empathy for so-called immigrants.
They moved here with our Haitian brothers
and sisters. This is like community for immigrants, bro.
Too.
That's what this is.
And nobody's eating cats. Nobody's eating dogs. We all just want to to live and flourish and raise our families in a healthy and safe environment. How about we love one another? I grew up in the Christian tradition. We said to love our neighbor as we love ourselves and treat strangers as though they might be Christ. So how
That's
about
what happened to the Indians.
we
That's
adopt
what happened
that
to the
ethos
Indians.
when we talk about immigrants moving to our communities and don't spread hateful, xenophobic, racist lies about them.
All right, let me cut this clown off. Let me take, because he's done. Hey, look. Hey, look. Let me say something about this man. First of all, this man's probably a beard or something. Man. He you know, that little, ain't he married like an Asian thing, whatever that damn woman name is. But here's the problem with this whole thing.
That nigga look Asian.
No.
And he said Christian, but that nigga he probably got some Jewish ties too.
I don't
Small hat ties, my bad.
Let me tell you something. Number one, I hate to say it, but you know, they making a big deal about this thing. The real thing is the 15,000 Haitians there are to overtake the vote population. It ain't about all that. That's why they put them there, to try to overtake the vote. Okay. Number one, and that's number two.
Why are we hearing about this now? How come I didn't hear about no Haitians?
No, I knew about, I posted this a couple weeks ago, actually. But I knew what you're saying.
But up till recently this month, how come we haven't been hearing about no Haitian immigrant?
Oh, I mean, you know, this has been going on. The committee hearing was August 27th. And yes, there was pictures of people snatching geese and wildlife. But in Houston, Texas, I can pull it up for you right now. Somebody beheaded a cat too. This is not nothing new. That cultures of people do this. I tell you, down here in Richmond, Virginia, we got Bird Park. I done seen white folks in the damn fucking
little bayou,
jumping in the water with the geese and shit. They had to put a sign out there: don't jump in the water, don't swim in the water with the geese.
But see, I don't like how Trump brought that up, but didn't bring up. See, this is my thing. You're not gonna bring up the $20,000 that these motherfuckers. I don't think that get dog and cat shit. That's not doing nothing for to damage the economy. You giving these motherfucking $20,000 in stamps and money and aid. That's a pop. That's doing something to damage the economy. He should have brought that up. I'm like, this dude tripping, man. But that's shock value. You say that as shock value. You know, that's ratings. You know that you know that makes people pay attention to you. Any good press. I mean, any press is good press. You know what I'm saying? Whereas it's bad, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, bro, you ain't gonna say how much these motherfuckers are getting and how much they're getting broke off and shit.
Well,
you know, there's a lot of things he could say to her, man. But I know the moderators was tripping too. But I'd have just, man, right?
I would say this too, Frank.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Chak?
What's up, my good brothers?
Yeah,
what's the word? What's the word?
Yeah, they got me again. Fake book got me again.
Well,
oh yeah, they cut you. They cut you like a boy with a butter knife.
And Dawson, your boy John Legend right there, Dawson. You see John Legend up there. Let's see him.
Hey, but I would say this though, Frank. I mean, Bernard, because I was talking to some other people on Big Philly panel, and some guys, some Haitians, that been, you know, some other guys from New Chicago, and some guys that's familiar with the Springfield area too, right? Springfield, Ohio area. Now, I'm not saying they saying was true, but I'm just going off what they said. What they're not telling you with this population in Springfield, Ohio, guess what the majority of that population is?
Tell me what it is.
Asian people, white people.
Oh, who?
White people.
There you go. So it is. See, he said race. It is. It might do have some racial undertone. So they don't want to have these so-called dark undesirables coming in, and like you say, and you know, but they meant, you know how they think.
They conservative too. They really doing that to dilute the vote too.
Yeah.
Everything is on the table at this point. Nothing should be
that's
looked
just
at.
like in California. They flooding a lot of those conservative areas. That's why they got certain people running. They putting all illegals in the conservative areas. See? they can set them up to vote illegally. It's a condemnation to that. Pay attention to that.
But yeah, also the jobs too. Because
I mean, they
remember,
don't do
that's what I
that,
was
but I
saying
ain't
on.
gonna lie, they don't do that. They don't do that shit in Texas. They don't. You won't find them over there. Oh hell no.
But you know what? There is a report in Houston, Texas about them cutting off heads and stuff with the cats and stuff too there. So that's going on too.
But you know what? Trump, they blaming Trump indirectly because technically he signed legislation, right? 2018. U.S., Canada, Mexico agreement.
Oh yeah, the net. Yeah.
So these distribution warehouse facilities that they're talking about that they brought these jobs in. That's why Trump once again said they have benefited from what I have set up, and they used my stuff, and they are benefiting from what I set up. But they're terribly messing it up because they are allowing anybody to come in. They're not no checks and balances. So these people are coming in to work at these facilities, like he said, that they are building these major big you forgot too, another one they building, these mega prisons. So they ain't just coming to hire them just for warehouse work, distribution. They are hiring them and putting them in all places of these new created positions that they're creating. Those are the jobs that they did create for the new Americans, what they call it, the Office of New Americans.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, John Legend say they're hard-working people and don't be talking about his town. That's what John Legend says. So, but who cares about this clown, right? I just want to let you know that how he's saying. John Legend got that scary-looking wife, though. So you know the one I'm talking about. Hey man, his wife do look kind of scary, man. I ain't gonna tell a lie. I don't know if I want to go to bed beside that. I'm sorry, man. But I think John Legend, by the sound of his voice, was a little sweet anyway. I think he's a sweet pea anyway, the way he was talking on this video. All right.
Well, he been bussified. You know that them Obamas love him. Them gay bombers, they love some junk.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Time for some ambulance.
President and host of MSNBC's Politics Nation, Reverend Al Sharpton. It's really good to have you, as always. Let's talk about immigration. I read an interesting piece in the Dispatch, and this is by the son of a Pakistani immigrants who grew up in the Deep South. And he argues it is completely fair to have conversations about how immigration is changing a community, the effects it's having, changing the culture, et cetera. But that this story, that immigrants are eating pets, is much darker and goes much further. Quote, consider this, he says, millions of people, and I just told you the number, millions of people now believe that immigrants are butchering their beloved cats and dogs. How will those people approach immigrants or people they think are immigrants if that's what they believe? Are we setting ourselves up for another Buffalo or El Paso mass shooting, which Jeremy just referenced a moment ago? Al, Rev, what do you think?
I think that it is absolutely the thing that is frightening to us. I'm here in Washington today at our National Action Network office, and yesterday was in the New York office meeting with Haitian leaders by Zoom. That there's genuine concern about.
All right, let me stop that right there. First of all, I'm getting to the interview with Dogtown Willie Brown, too. I got to talk about him because he had an interview talking about Kamala. I'm getting to that next, actually. Thanks for reminding me. But let me say something about this lie that this fool wrecking up here. This man lying his ass off. He's like that fucker Eric Adams that went to that church the other day and said, when you think of me, think of Job in the Bible. I said, come on, man. But this clown right here, right? He's talking about Haiti. Now, it's mighty funny you hear all these people talking about Haitians. Why didn't I talk about them Kenyan mercenaries they've been sending to Haiti under the Biden and Harris administration the last 3 years? I'm just asking.
Boy, you took the word out of my mouth.
Let's be real
I can't
here.
even get to it fast enough.
Let's
be
real here. You've been having Kenyan mercenaries that Biden and Harris administration been putting in Haiti to kill these people, and they ain't been talking about it. They are responsible for the situation that happened in Haiti. That was in 2010 and other times as well. Stop
Where
this
yeah,
lie.
that scam with the Bush and Clintons over there that they did that during their destroyed Haiti and their economy when they had that tsunami thing, which we already know Hillary Clinton brother and all of them was over there to get them resources. Go look that up.
That's right.
Why is Haiti really in an uproar economically? What they do? Go look at it. See, I got it on my live.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the video?
I saw
a video off of TikTok or something he shared. Got over 56 or 55 million views about her talking about her father who was from Haiti. And that what they doing is what they do in Haiti. That's what they do. That's how they get down.
But it ain't nothing. This is the thing that got me.
It's not a lie, but you see how media do? They take it and run with it. Oh, he talking about Haitians. Haitians, let's jump on this race topic.
Hey,
why do you have them people here? My thing is, why do you have them people here and Jim Crow Joe Biden? What about all them Haitians that y'all sent back on them planes and them buses?
What about the Haitian president? No, what about the Haitian president y'all killed a couple years ago? That's what we need to ask. That's the question I asked. Oh, my bad. His wife helped kill him. My bad. My fault. Got it wrong. My bad. His wife killed him. You know what they said, though. His wife killed him. Though. You know what they said. His wife killed him. You remember that? They told you.
Hey, Bernard. And them Haitians that they allegedly said they were gonna send it. What about them? The Haitians, they said they was gonna send to Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay.
They might already did it. You never know.
But see, how we don't know them ain't Kenyans? That they. How we know that they Haitians?
We don't know. As a matter of fact, they had a Haitian on the Breakfast Club the other day. Her name was Angela Tell a Lie. She got to argue with Jill Stein. Why? Angela Tell a Lie. Ain't talking about it. Yeah. Matter of fact,
Why she ain't talking about Haiti? Because
white supremacists come to think about it.
But you do know, watch this, and for to bring it back full circle, Dawson. What is the word boule? Where did it derive from?
Advisor to the king.
No. You there. You right there. But just right in the conversation. What does the word boule derive from? What? Who does it derive from? French. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they are trying to clean up and get some of the boule. But like you said, they've been working with these other foreign nations and stuff, the UN foreign nations, to get them up to take over their land, pretty much. And they've been trying to clean that up.
Well, here's my thing with hate. Like I said, this is a bunch of nonsense to me. Like I told you, I knew some Haitian people, had helped DJ weddings with Haitian people. Let me tell you something, man. They got cultures of people here that do that shit, man. People eat duck. Chinese people eat rats. Speaking of that, Kamala Harris, she was on stage. She Hindu Brahmin. They make their people eat rats and shit. The DACA cast. So what the hell is going on? This is nothing new. I'm just trying to find out how did they make this thing a national story. This shit is like something they've been bringing up for that couple of days. Come on, people. It ain't nothing new. And neither do I care. I got guys I know that eat quail, muskrat, skunk, whatever. People eat all types of stuff. I would say this about them. They're not eating the standard American diet. It might actually be better for them. Not sure. But hey, it is what it is. But at first. But let me let this clown keep talking.
Where this could go, including some violence, when you're telling people from a former president of the United States giving credibility to this outright lie, this hallucination that there are Haitian immigrants. Let's not forget it. They're not just saying immigrants. They're being specific. Haitian immigrants that are eating your animals, your pets, your cats, your dogs. You're setting up for somebody to do something that is horrific at worst. And at best, you're setting up a racist situation for Haitian Americans. And let's remember now, Katie, that Donald Trump is the same one that called Haiti and several African countries S-hole countries. He has a fixation with black countries and black people. So he didn't just say migrants are eating your pets. Haitian migrants.
Did he donate to this
black,
school back in the day?
Anyone of color in Springfield,
Did he donate to this man?
Ohio, look.
Go ahead.
Bernard, didn't he donate to this man back in the day?
He used to hang out with him.
Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson.
Yep.
Huh? Did not Donald Trump, did he not, was he not a major donor for a lot of these so-called Democratic left liberals back in the day? Did he not pay for Jennifer Hudson's family funeral and let them stay up in the Trump hotel? I mean, the Trump Towers and stuff. Did he not do that?
Even Kamala Harris.
Who?
So what's the problem? I'm just trying to figure out what the issue.
So why? But see, they trying to paint this narrative, like I said, and give him the big bad white supremacist bully tag and throw it all on his table when we know it's other individuals that contribute to and still part of the genocide of melanated people in the United States of America. I can't worry about nobody around the world, bro. See, that's the problem.
You want to desensitize.
Y'all trying to worry about niggas around the world when it's people in our United States of America, the melanated, copper-colored Americans that's being they don't mind calling all of the black people up there in Chicago criminals. Matter of fact, you're talking about Donald Trump calling and specifically calling out so-called Haitians with this incident here. He could have been misinformed and spoke out of emotion. I don't know. But we did not have a president 44 that said what to them young children in Baltimore, bro? What did he say?
Thugs.
Specifically put a target on them, but this is the president. So y'all saying it. So go in. I'm just giving y'all the assist. I'm Magic Johnson tonight, baby.
President specifically putting a label. Damn.
Oh yeah, Gay Bama did that. Yeah, Gay Bama, he called them thugs due to their Freddie Gray thing. Sure did. But that's okay though. That's okay. And he's called out some Haitian. The videos are fucking out there. It was everybody was fact checking online. That's why I said in my live, how y'all even listen to the mainstream media? They just gave the statistics. Majority of the people get their news from the internet or social media. So, go look at when they had the debate. Look at our what they had over almost another billion views. People was watching it on Twitter, other people platforms. Man, come on.
Here we go. Let's see what other lines you can come up for. I go to downtown Willie Brown.
Like a Haitian walking down the street. You don't stop and take a test on their accents or look for their nationality. So this is a threat to all of us, and it should be taken as such, which is why I've been talking to Haitian leaders on how we should respond in unison, black and white.
So you have Laura Loomer, you have over the years, there's so many, I can't name them all, but Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, all these people that have either been, perpetuating racist or anti-Semitic or just conspiracy theories that Donald Trump has surrounded himself with. He's been around them. The Democrats have, though, had a hard time uncoupling Donald Trump and who he's surrounding himself with from, the supporters. When they say Donald Trump, they've argued he's a racist, or they say that he's surrounding himself with racists. Sometimes, or a lot of the time, Donald Trump supporters will say, hey, what are you talking about? Screw you. I'm not a racist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You're denigrating me. You're looking down on me. So how do the Democrats point out, look who he's with. Look what he's doing. Do you want to be associated with them without painting the entire support system as racist or xenophobic or anti-Semitic, et cetera?
Well, I think clearly you have to point out to everyone that it is a thread throughout his career dealing with this. In the 70s, he and his father were sued by the Justice Department, not by a civil rights group, Justice Department for racial discrimination. Then you go to the late 80s, where he took out an ad, $85,000 ad, calling for the execution of 5 young black and brown men, accusing them of the rape and the brutalizing of a vicious crime that happened to a young white female. All right, fine. A lot of people felt they were guilty. They were coerced into confessions. But then when DNA years later, after they had done time in jail, proved that they were not the ones, he wrote op-eds saying, no, don't settle with them. They did it. And I think that this is the problem that you've got to be able to raise to his supporters. I also think when you look at the fact that you have a consistent entourage of Holocaust deniers, anti-Semites, racists, and people that believe in autocracy. I don't care who's supporting them. How do you justify that this man is comfortable with that and his own actions? I do not think, for the record, that everybody that votes for Donald Trump is a racist, but I do believe every racist will vote for Donald Trump.
He's using immigrants to go after minority voters, specifically black men, saying they're taking black jobs. Is it effective?
No, I think that when you look at the number of black that have voted for him, they're not that much higher than they ought to usually get with Republicans. And I think that it is insulting when he says the black men that they gravitate to him because of his mugshots, which in effect is rhetorically criminalizing black men. I think that it is insulting that he puts people up that have records from here back to New York and says they're the ones that should be telling you to vote for. So I think that in many ways,
well, he the only one that was the first step back that was getting so-called black men majority out of damn prison. He signed a legislation so he can get out, bro.
We've never had all blacks do anything, but the margins that he gets is no different than those that Republicans have gotten in the past in many cases. She was attorney general. And I think he's going to be more disappointed this time because of things like saying Haitian immigrants.
She locked niggas up and held them in why they don't ever speak on that, bro? I'm saying if you're gonna keep it a buck, and we're gonna speak on what each candidate, each party have done, speak on it then. Don't be one-sided and say, you know what I mean? Bro, it's evidence that Kamala Harris was insubordinate and she used misconduct in the authority position she had to keep individuals, mainly melanated people, past their prison time. And then she's gonna joke and call him a felon when we know majority. That's why some other our melanated men kind of identify with Trump, because you've been demonized as a felon. No matter if you was guilty for whatever crime they allegedly charged you with and you got convicted of, we know a lot of our men have been wrongly convicted. Matter of fact, I wish you'd have brought that. I sent you the clip. I wish you played it sometime in the story too, just to put a light on Black Families Matter. That's my new hashtag, Black Families Matter. Miss Maya Moore and her newfound husband that she helped to get out of prison, that was wrongfully convicted for 50 years of a wrongful conviction of murder, that he was serving 20-some years, and she halted her career, her WNBA Hall of Fame career, to help this man that she had grew up with or had knew the family, and eventually man got out with her, with her help. And I would say had to be some of the first step policies, because in 2019 the man was able to get out, and they got married. And they got children now. They happily married. Well, I ain't saying happily, but they're married and they got children. When you get a chance, you can pull that story up, man, and play it sometimes in this, because we do need to hear some triumphing. Because all this doom and gloom shit, they just want to keep people into a stagnant of unproductiveness.
All right, I got you. All right, let me get the what the main name. God, what's his name? Dawson. Downtown Willie Brown.
Did y'all
The
see?
man.
You should have played that ABC. It was crazy because I don't know why ABC special released that. They talking about the good man Willie Brown. He loves parties. He like fine women, and Kamala Harris ass right on there.
Yep. And somebody asked if that was his daughter.
Hey, well, he about to tell you about his relationship.
Oh, you know what the comment section said? Somebody said, no, I'm his mistress.
Hey, look, he about to tell you about his relationship right here. Here goes Willie Brown.
Welcome to the Art of Dialogue, Mr. Brown. It's an honor to have you here. Congratulations on reaching your 90th birthday. Very much appreciated that you could be here today. And let's get right to it. Can you share the significant moments in your journey to becoming the first African-American mayor of San Francisco? What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
Well, my tenure obviously was for 8 years as mayor. But in order to get to that point, I became a member of the legislature in 1964. Before that, the first time trying, I lost in 1962. I lost by 1,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
He said 1964.
Yeah.
What was that? Where this nigga from?
San Francisco, you say?
Four.
He a foreigner too, Shaq.
Yeah, it sounds like he might have some French. He might be from one of them French niggas, them British niggas. You can't hide from me, nigga. Let me see what his lining look like. Can you get a zoom in on this lining?
Hold on, man. I will get to it.
That nigga might be a teller too. Old school teller.
Look at
for a seat in the legislature. It didn't bother me too much because 2 days after I lost, I continued to ring doorbells. And I would say to the people answering the door all over the district, Fillmore, the Western Addition, part of downtown San Francisco, I thank the person who answers the door for having voted for me, but I tell them I lost. Well, now, I didn't know whether they voted for me or not. There's no way, I could in 24 hours or 48 hours from losing tell who did or did not. But I knew people would be too comfortable and too nice to me or anybody else than to say, I didn't vote for you, I don't know who you are, any of those kinds of things. But the doorbell ringing after the election was more important as a contribution to my ultimate ascendancy to the mayorship of San Francisco. And I got to tell you that it was a learning experience, a humbling experience to have lost, but a glorious time to have won. 2 years later, lost by 1,000, won by 4,000. And from that moment on, I continued the journey that led me to the speakership of the legislature, a very important position. Some 16 years later, that translated into the third most powerful seat in government in California, if not the first most powerful seat outside of being governor. And all of those steps led me to my ultimate goal, mayorship of San Francisco, some 30 plus years from the first day that I sought public office.
Hey, but what is his
And
report card,
believe me, it was quite a journey.
Do you think that you learned more from your loss than you did from when you won?
No, I could not have won more from my loss than when I won, simply because when I won the job, that I was seeking first time out. I was opposed by the Democratic establishment. They had a guy there already in that job, and I was doing the people's work because the guy had not represented the people well. And I knew that he had not, and so I was well aware of that. But then I learned some things that stood me in good stead going forward. But I didn't learn them from the loss. I learned them from the win.
Many believe you played a pivotal role in launching Kamala Harris's political career. How did your relationship with her influence her rise in politics? And do you think her success would have been possible without your early support?
I can assure you the nature of her talent would have generated somebody that had the skill set that I had to be of assistance to her when she sought the first job of district attorney of San Francisco, and then attorney general of the state of California, and then U.S. senator in California.
But hold on, what was her job before district attorney, though? She was a prosecutor, correct?
For her before the presidency.
I forgot what the hell her job was. That's a good question. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, yeah. And what's his track record? I'm saying, what's his report card in all these positions they keep getting elevated to? What are they track record? What's their report cards? I'm interested now.
She got talent. Didn't you just hear what he said? Nah, fuck with you.
Yeah, that's code word for hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Hands on your knees, mouth wide open, mattress on your back.
He said, hey, he said it. Hey, he said she got talent. You heard what he said?
I'm just curious. I don't want to slander no one. I'm just curious because they put people up, but what are their report cards? What are the people saying? What, you know what I mean? What's their track record? What was they claim to fame? What's they known for?
He put her on all them different boards, Chak. Them different non-profit boards. She was on the board getting paid $400,000 a year doing nothing, showing up for a meeting. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 times a year.
That is politics. So that, I mean, you know, hey, quid pro quo.
Let's see what her
something for something.
Alpha Kappa Alpha had a sorority meeting down there in South Carolina too, in Greenville. Mm-hmm. But AKA's on the move, Dawson. They're on the move. They're on the move. But what was Kamala Harris' first job? Let's see what her first job was. Hanging out with Slick Willie Brown. Who, by the way, Willie Brown, they told you not to show up to 9/11, by the way. Stay your ass at home. God damn it. Oh, she was the district attorney of Alabama County first. Then she went to San Francisco DA, and then she was the city attorney at San Francisco's office. All right.
No. How do you become a district attorney? What was the job and criteria before? What was her reference before that? What was the job before that? Tell me you just come out and just get that position?
She was graduated from Howard, and then she went to University of California, Hastings College of the Law. That's after that she began her law career.
How? See, now I got to agree with Judge O'Brien, man. And this
she got
is what
talent,
he
man. Did you hear what the man told you? She got talent. What the hell?
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. I just think people should see, you know, the certain, hey, if you got the complexion for the protection, huh?
You're right. She got the
and if you got the stretching for the erection. Yes, sir.
Hey, let me ask you, man. you talking about track record, or are you meaning how many cases have she tried, and what's her record?
Yeah, I'm talking about her career. I'm talking about both of them, their career. Yeah. What was their claim to fame? What was they career records? You know what I'm saying? What kind of policies did they implement that was, negative or positive, stuff like that.
You're right. Let me let Mr. Willie talk about his call girl.
Hopefully, would be the vice presidency, and that came from Joe Biden. All those things required lots and lots of people. I don't think there are any several persons that could be identified that would be credited with having done or had such a great influence that they would have impacted her career where they could take any credit for it. Yes, she was a person that I gave, I think, her second job to in government. I think the job that I gave her probably was more important than the first job. She was a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, which is how I met her. And the two jobs that she got in association with me came from one administrative person on an issue that affected the lives of people on the unemployment rolls, and people who had been in one manner or another not treated fairly and in an equitable fashion. And she learned very well from that, I think, a great amount of knowledge than when she was a deputy district attorney. And then she went on, of course, to envision becoming a candidate for public office by working pursuant to one of my colleagues who worked for me and running a campaign for a person I had appointed to a job in city government. That race, they lost. And interestingly enough, it was not only Kamala Harris who was part of that team, but it was current mayor of San Francisco who was part of that team, London Breed. And they were just learning how to really get elected, how to really ring doorbells, how really to do the things.
Now, London Breed is the mayor of San Francisco now. Okay, so just remember that.
That makes you impressive in a contest with someone else for an elected position. However, that appointee of mine lost. And he turns out in this day and age to be now her pastor, her religious leader in San Francisco, Amos Brown, also head of the NAACP. I say all those things because...
Hold the hell up, man. The pastor, the head of the NAACP, what the hell?
You know, he big. You know, he hooked up, bro. You know, he a big time Mason, man. You know it, man. That foot, the leg cross and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Stupid, bro.
I haven't heard anything of substance this brother have said yet.
Damn.
Well, let me say something.
That's what I'm waiting on, Stike. That's what I asked. What is he track with? What have he done? His claim to fame. What have he done?
Let me say something, Stike. This interview is 2 hours, 18 minutes long, so it's a lot. I ain't playing that, but a couple more minutes of it. I just let you know this.
There was a lot of people that played a role, as I said, in her rise to the great level that she is now approaching. And it was because at each one of those steps and stages and interacting, I'm sure she learned more than any one single person could have ever taught her. And she benefited from the exposure and the involvement with all of the people she was involved with. And it led ultimately to her becoming the vice president and now hopefully the president.
So you would basically say that it took a community to raise her to the level of where she is today, along with your help.
Well, it took more than that, actually. It took first Howard University to provide her with the credentials to be an educated person. And you have to be theoretically an educated person to run for public office. And then she became a student at the same law school that I attended. It was called Hastings College of Law at the time, but it's a University of California's first law school, located in San Francisco, right next to the court system in the downtown area of San Francisco and the Civic Center area of San Francisco. And she graduated from that school, lived in Oakland, and so she went to work over there. And then we recruited her to come to San Francisco based on the talent that had been recognized by the people who first selected her in Oakland. And so she really graduated all the way to the point of which interaction between all ambitious people, or most ambitious people in the world of politics can interact. And it was just wonderful to be able.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is him talking. This is Slick Willie. Never forget, Slick Willie also was the man who, in 9/11, was told to stay your ass at home, don't you come to New York that day. All right, told him to take your ass.
Must be a pretty important guy. You know what I'm saying? Must.
But now this interview was done a few days ago, but if you look at him, he looked like he got Parkinson's or something. He kind of like shaking a little bit. You know, it's kind of weird that you look at this thing. I just been noticing that. Well, I mean, I did notice it. I mean, I just let you know. But this is the guy. You can go to Art of Dialogue. This guy's had a lot of people on there, but he did interview Willie Brown. And this is Kamala Harris, former sugar daddy. Better words. But it's topic.
He said, "For nigga, it's 90, dog. Huh? What the fuck?"
Hey man, he older than my daddy, man.
What's the secret?
Let me pull up Maya Moore husband right quick.
Ladies, no amount of cleaning or rinsing will fix your pH. If you're smelling a little funky, your microbiome.
We wanted to announce today that we are super excited to continue the work that we've been doing together, but doing it as a married couple.
WNBA star turned activist Maya Moore revealed that she has married Jonathan Irons, the wrongfully convicted man she helped free from prison after serving 23 years behind bars.
We got married a couple months ago, and we're excited to just continue this new chapter of life together.
The couple appeared on Good Morning America Wednesday to talk about their love story. The 31-year-old basketball pro said they met through a prison ministry program when she was 18 years old.
Over the last 13 years, we have just developed a friendship and just entered into this huge battle to get him home. And just over time, it was pretty clear what the Lord was doing in our hearts. And now we're sitting here today, starting a whole new chapter together.
Irons, who's now 40, recalled professing his love to her while he was still at Jefferson City Correctional Center in Missouri.
I wanted to marry her, but at the same time protect her, because being in a relationship with a man in prison is extremely difficult and painful. And I didn't want her to feel trapped. And I wanted her to feel open and have the ability to, anytime, if this is too much for you, go and find somebody, live your life, because this is hard.
After his release from prison in July, Irons didn't wait long to pop the question for real.
When I got out, we were in the hotel room. We had some friends in the other room. It was winding down, and we were extremely tired, but we were still gassed up on excitement. And it was just me and her in the room, and I got down on my knees and I looked up at her, and she kind of knew what was going on. I said, "Will you marry me?" She said, "Yes." You we are today.
Irons was tried and convicted as an adult when he was 16 years old by an all-white jury for the burglary and shooting at the home of 38-year-old Stanley Stotler. Irons maintained his innocence while he was in prison, saying he was wrongly identified during the lineup. After years of fighting, a Missouri judge overturned his conviction in March, saying there were problems with the way the case was investigated and tried, including a fingerprint report that would have proved his innocence not being turned over to his defense team. Now Moore and Irons are focused on spreading the word about local elections.
We're basically trying to just educate the public and, and get them engaged in the voting process and just being more involved in what's going on with our country and our government and local jurisdictions, prosecuting offices.
Irons also explained that they hope to help others who have been wrongfully convicted.
That's hopefully something I can continue to do, and whatever else that Win with Justice can contribute to the fight, because it's a big fight, and the more hands involved makes the work easier. So we're doing our part.
We wanted to.
All right, that is Miss Maya Moore, who, I guess she had, she was dating her husband and she married him.
But she had been working on that because I think he had been there since he was in high school. I mean, in college, I think, because
he had been there since he was 16 years old, man.
Wow. Yeah, so definitely.
Speaking of, you notice them innocent projects. Most of the people that be getting wrong convicted and released and all that, people that look like us, man. It's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't.
Well, let's say this.
You don't see Kabami. You don't see none of them motherfuckers talking about none of that, man. They hell no, man. They're helping the prison industrial complex, man. The prison industrial complex and the military industrial complex, man. Both them two things, man. Straight up. Nah, they ain't gonna stop it. Hell no. They ain't gonna stop it. You see what I'm saying?
Let me say something while I'm at it. Since we talking about marriage,
you know what I mean?
Since we talking about marriage, the Brett the Brett got married 2 years ago. She married a woman, and now she filing for divorce. The Brett. Yeah.
Hey, BJ, is that true though? Is that true, or is that it's just a rumor?
Probably that might be true. The rumor was that Fantasia is talking about divorcing her husband, but they say they don't know if that's true or not. I could see the Brett getting a divorce because a 2-woman relationship, I don't know how long you can hold that together anyway. Maybe she still stay dating Al Iverson like she did back in the day. I don't know. Right? Mm-hmm.
I just feel sorry for that kid. You got to coming to this world without a father. They just basically eliminated him ever having a real father.
I think they had it through in vitro fertilization, something like that.
Yeah, he confused. Then on top of that, he confused. He got 2 mamas. Man, they messed up that man's life, man. That little kid life. I feel sorry for that kid.
Yep, you're right, man. I got to pull it.
That's what they pushing.
I need her for this topic.
That's what they pushing, man. And you know what? Let me call my homegirl, see, because she told me she was out and about. Let me see if she can come on. Let me see. I'm gonna call her in a little bit. Hold on. Y'all continue. But yeah, that's crazy. What are you talking about, man? Like with this IVF stuff, and you don't need a man no more to have a child and all this craziness, man. Man. Wow.
All right, let's see. I can't remember which one I sent this to. But I'm gonna play it because it's interesting. I just gotta find it. Guess I play it on here. Oh, here it is. Women with breast cancer.
The science, and there's been a very dangerous thing called overdiagnosis that has really afflicted millions of women over the past 30 years, especially for breast cancer. So overdiagnosis, according to a recent study done in the New England Journal of Medicine, over the past 30 years in the United States resulted in 1.3 million women being diagnosed with early stage breast cancer that technically never had any type of cancer that would have caused harm. This is called ductal carcinoma in situ, or stage 0 cancer, which they equated with actual cancer, which now we know is not. And so what that basically meant is that they would give them the standard mastectomy or lumpectomy with radiation, with chemotherapy, things like tamoxifen, and then follow up hormone suppressive therapies like Arimidex. So basically what we're dealing with here is a kind of a medical holocaust of sorts, because those women now had to deal with being diagnosed with a cancer they didn't have, being treated for it, having the stigma and all the psycho-spiritual emotional stress that's caused by that. And then statistically, the industry told them that they saved their lives, when in fact quite the opposite had happened. So they identify with the aggressor.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh!
Examining patients is not a very accurate way of diagnosing breast cancer, so your GP will have a fairly low threshold for sending you in for investigations. If you've had an ultrasound and a mammogram and been given the all clear, then the chance of you having breast cancer is slim. It's lower still if you've also had a biopsy and that was clear, although technically a biopsy could miss a small patch of cancer. Breast screening does diagnose most people with breast cancer if they've got it, but it also does overdiagnose. We estimate that in the UK, about 1,300 lives a year are saved by breast screening. But as a result, about 4,000 women a year are treated unnecessarily for a cancer that...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Beep, 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 beep. All right, Chak. Overdiagnosed, 4,000. Say 1,300 treated, but some of them treated 4,000 treated unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. That's a
And
big
I think you need to show the process of how they do. Huh? Huh? You scared?
Nah,
If
I
you
ain't
scared, go
scared.
to church now. Nah, I mean, if you think it's gonna get you wiggity whack, yeah,
Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't worry about that. Because I mean, you know, I just wanted to show the fact they were misdiagnosed. What the hell? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play this one, Chak. A woman with breast cancer was awarded $20 million after misdiagnosis. This is probably a good story because yes, if they misdiagnose you, you should be paid.
Was it in the
Yes,
US?
South Florida.
Hey, don't play
South
nothing
Florida.
that's whack.
Huh?
Oh, I said don't play nothing that's gonna get you whacked.
Yeah, you got a point. They whacked that video the other day.
Diagnosis with terrible consequences for a loving mother.
In my breast, I feel, and I realize I have a lump in there.
Now, with just months to live, she's sharing a message that could save your life.
And when you see the doctors, which question to ask?
Tonight, the exclusive, heartbreaking story every woman must see.
This loving mother had breast cancer and didn't even know it.
She was just awarded nearly a $22 million judgment after the critical misdiagnosis. Local 10 News reporter Michael Seid is live in Miami with the exclusive. Michael.
This is truly a heart-wrenching story. You know, this mother of two, she did all the right things after she discovered a lump in her left breast. But tonight, she is fighting to stay alive, claiming that the medical system failed her and her family.
I did everything I had to do. why this happened to me.
She's a mother on a mission, an emergency room nurse who's been fighting to stay alive, battling an aggressive form of breast cancer that could take her life in just a matter of months.
I can only go back and say, by the grace of God, I'm still here.
47-year-old Marlene Lazard grew up in Haiti before moving to South Florida, where she's worked hard to make a life for herself and her 2 children. But she can still remember that day in 2013 when she discovered a lump on her left breast.
I called my primary care doctor and I made an appointment to see her.
But according to a lawsuit, the diagnosis was never made because of a series of mistakes, including ultrasounds that were misread by doctors. In fact, the attorney for Marlene says 8 doctors missed the cancer, and it wasn't until a year later that an out-of-state doctor confirmed his client's worst fear, that small lump had grown into stage 3 cancer.
If the medical system had done its job, there would have been a timely diagnosis, there would have been timely treatment, and the outcome would have been different.
And a jury agreed. Just last month, Marlene won a $21.6 million medical malpractice lawsuit.
When you go to a place to get your test done, when they're doing it, make sure that you're talking to a doctor.
And such a strong woman, you can tell right there, Marlene, and she told me right there, Marlene, and she told me it just took so much energy just for her to do that interview, but she is a fighter. And again, she wants.
All right, let's talk about that. All right, man, that's a lot of money to get, but that's not it to me. All them doctors now, she didn't touch somebody again. If you missed that shit 5, 8 times or whatever, you in bad shape, brother. Hey, man, hey, that's bad, man.
Word.
Chak, what do you think about that, man? Think that's messed up, Chak? You misdiagnosed cancer that much? If she had it, could have gave it to her. I don't know. Maybe she didn't have it at first. I don't know. But nevertheless, that's still bad.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. I mean, that's horrible, man. They educated though.
Hey, man, you're right. Chak, did the woman answer the phone?
Nah, she didn't answer the phone.
That's all right. Dawson, where you at? Come back, please. I need a woman to talk about breast cancer. I don't.
She only 34 years old, Bernard, and she only,
Hey,
got diagnosed with breast cancer, what, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, hey, look, Chak, I gotta, you know what's so crazy? I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know anything. I'm just throwing this out there. Women, I'm gonna say this, man. Just want to say this. I was out today. I saw a Hispanic lady walking around and she was breastfeeding her baby. And, it was out in the open. And I just happened to see it, right? And I texted with my friend and I said, I saw a lady breastfeeding day. And they text back, was a Hispanic woman? I said, how you know? Because they do it all the time and don't give a fuck. I said, well, that's right. So you know what I think about? Damn. Maybe these women should stop breastfeeding their baby. And maybe if we wouldn't have all these cancers and things like that. Just a thought in my head that came in my, maybe it's right.
Let me get my conspiracy theory right quick. You want to say something, Frank, before I get on this, take y'all down this journey of
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this shit is my bad. I mean, honestly, how did they misdiagnose it that many times, man? What's up with that? You know what I mean? She should have went somewhere else.
She did. That's when she found out she had it.
Right, okay.
But it was stage 3 then.
Yeah, see, yeah, I mean, yeah, more power to that system, man. That's crazy, man. But like you said, they could have gave it to the. It's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm. And she got $21 million, so even
though we gotta look like this, like this. That's an industry. It's a business. Yeah. It's a business.
Is it the Wheel of Fortune?
So They're gonna do what they have to do to keep people having to come back and see them. You know,
I'm about to have two women on here, probably Dawson and Felicia Lockhart. I got a topic to talk about in a couple weeks, man. They say more young sisters. I know one of them, actually two or three of them. One of them had a hysterectomy. The other one talking about getting one. And the other one said the doctors asked her to get one.
You talking about young? You talking about what age? Give me an age.
One of them is young and 29.
See what I'm saying?
So you got fibroids. You need to have a hysterectomy. It'll help with the fibroids. Right.
Let me go down this conspiracy theory. I got this. I do want to mention, since you brought up with that hysterectomy. It's a doctor he know about with that specialize in that. But let me take you down a conspiracy theory road. All right. There was upon a time a product that was created that was called Infamil.
Infamil.
That was being highly promoted. Not just, it was promoted to
Infamil and Gerber.
It was promoted to European, what was so-called European, what we consider white European women. So it was promoted to them first, from my knowledge. Right? Supposed to have all these nutrients in it, supposed to have what you need, you know what I mean? These vitamins fortified. Listen to that word, fortified, enriched. Listen to, y'all need to go research these words. Fortified and enriched. Right? Now, these psychoanalysts, you could say neuro doctors, came up with a plan that they will promote this Infamil, that women, can take Infamil and they wouldn't have to, breastfeed. So it encouraged them not to breastfeed. That got passed on down the way. Not knowing that they're allegedly, this is all alleged, but you can't go research the background of Infamil and when they created it. Got promoted, right, to women, right? And allegedly, Infamil dries up the breast milk in a woman. Allegedly, right? So what if a combination of things, production, the also this is another industry been coming into play now. Bras. They had a whole era where women were taking their bras off and burning them. And they come up with this. Is it called a pap smear? Is that what they call for the breast checking for the breast?
No, that's vaginal. That's vaginal.
What's the other one called for the breast?
Mammogram.
A mammogram. Now this procedure for the mammogram, I think you need to pull up that mammogram procedure because it
Wix.
I did.
Put the breast.
Remember I pulled it up last time?
Bring it up again. Because remember now, you got women that's been taking Infamil, right? So they're not breastfeeding like you said, right? They're making it milk. You know what I'm saying? Women on the go, trying to provide for a family. So these are working women that's on the go. So they don't have time to necessarily breastfeed and nurture like this. So they were helping them out by giving them fortified, enriched, so-called, the nutrients for the baby, the infant. You know what I mean? They help out the mothers.
Well, look.
Wise drying up the breast milk.
Look, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do this. I brought up breast cancer early because somebody had mentioned it to me, right? But we're still in prostate cancer month, so I thought I played that clip.
We're gonna talk about the prostate cancer. Let me finish. We can get on the prostate cancer because I'm
giving
you
good.
this.
Keep going with that. No, keep going with what you're going. I'm just saying that as soon as I play this clip after you finish, I'm gonna get to the prostate cancer because we still in prostate cancer.
Good.
That's all I'm saying.
Is this the mammogram clip?
No, this is about something that happened in St. Louis. But no, I'm just saying in general. I don't get to the mammogram thing later or whatever because I actually want women to bring that more than us. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay.
Right. Mammogram, right?
Yeah.
So that process of mammogram, right now, mind you, on the back end, these women have not been breastfeeding, allegedly. Not saying all, but some of the majority, got, restricted to, taking the Infamil, you know what I'm saying, making the milk instead of, milking the milk, right? For whatever reason, right? Now you come up with this mammogram. This is a process where you stick the breast in between two like clamp things, right? Almost like a C clamp, if anybody know what a C clamp, and they smash down on the breast. Now, if you got allegedly dried up so-called milk or other tissue that's behind this flesh, and you smash it and cause a contusion, that's the end of the story.
All right.
Leave the rest of your imagination, sir. Anybody else leave the rest of your imagination?
All right. Hold on one second. I'm gonna tell you still up. Come back if you can. Need a woman talking about mammogram.
What time is she? Probably sleep.
All right. We don't worry. That we get that 5 up there. It got plenty of time. And as a matter of fact, because like I said, it's 4 men on here, and we can talk about prostate cancer. We can talk about prostate cancer. Oh, like my main pioneer says up here, some of those brawls could cause cancer.
I agree because remember, like I said, you are constricting that area that's supposed to be free. Just like this we can go, and this leads right into the scrotum, the testes too, how they come up with these certain apparel, underwear, or clothing to constrict the testes. You're constricting,
I don't wear skinny jeans, bro.
Huh?
I don't wear skinny jeans. No, I'm joking, man. Go ahead.
Nigga, you was wearing tighty whities when you grew up, boy. Stop playing. They had niggas wearing tighty whities, bro.
I still see you wearing this shit now.
I'm commando.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey,
think about it though.
Worked out.
Hey, look.
Man.
The man said the bras trapped the sweat and toxins were coming out the skin. That's why titties, some titties get musty. I've been saying the bro.
Think about it. Say it again.
I've been saying, man, I know bro put deodorant on her titties, but
now think about that. Now, what's in the deodorant? Allegedly, came out with the deodorant. What's in this deodorant that they say was in there?
Aluminum.
Toxic metals, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, what's in these bras? Allegedly, some of these wire bras, and the dye that's in some of these bras. Like you just said, you sweating, and the dye that's in these bras, the wire that's in that binds some of these bras.
Track the bras, man.
Bro, look here. This is diabolical. I already did a part 1 and 2 series in chemical annihilation, bro, and I done brought up some of this stuff, and we can go to the tests with a lot of these, the underwear, certain, like I said, clothing. You know what I mean? They changed the material because a lot of us should be wearing 100% cotton or Egyptian cotton or maybe a form of wool, depending on what region you're in. Breathable cotton, Egyptian cotton, 100% cotton, Egyptian cotton. And just because I say Egyptian cotton don't mean it came from Egypt either. That still is an American indigenous crop that was transported up out of here. Once again, we saved the world.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna play this one video and then I'm getting to the because there was something that happened. They forgot to tell you about this. This happened last year. They said these guys were guilty of messing with Russia, and now they charged them with conspiracy.
Four political activists have been found guilty of conspiring to act as unregistered Russian agents. They are or were affiliated with the Uhuru movement and the African People's Socialist Party, which has an organization in St. Pete.
Yes, Fox 13's Evan Axelbank reports the split decision from the jury today.
This was a split decision, but the Uhuru group is calling this a full victory. Prosecutors say the Russian goal was to destabilize American politics and to do so locally in St. Pete. The three suspects were found guilty of conspiring to act as unregistered Russian agents, but they were found not guilty of acting on behalf of the Russian government.
I didn't think it was that mixed. I thought there was an extraordinarily intelligent and important and good jury that rejected the line of the government that we were Russian agents.
Charging documents say the Uhuru group, which fielded a candidate for mayor of St. Pete in 2017, conspired with the founder of the anti-globalization movement of Russia. Prosecutors say founder Alexander Ionov was funded by the Russian government and successfully encouraged three Uhuru defendants, Omali Yeshitela, Penny Hess, and eventual mayoral candidate Jesse Neville, to petition the UN in 2015 that the U.S. was actively committing genocide against African people.
Do you have any regrets over any of the communications that you've had over the last 7, 8, 9 years?
I don't think anything has been wrong with my communications. They're not that different. But
the government says Yeshitela and Hess then used $12,000 from Ionov to carry that message around the U.S. In 2017 and 2019, Ionov is accused of attempting to influence elections in St. Pete, including to offer campaign finance help to candidate Jesse Neville. Prosecutors also say Ionov told handlers in Russia that they were supervising a St. Pete City Council candidate in 2019. The Uhuru group denies all that.
I don't know what the Russian governments, are pleased by discord in St. Pete. I cannot speak for the Russian government and its pleasure. What I can say is that we have a responsibility as leaders of the African community to do whatever's necessary to raise these contradictions.
While the attempts to influence the outcomes of the elections in St. Pete were unsuccessful, the government says the suspects were aware that Ionov would only provide resources for actions that would support Russia's efforts to undermine the U.S. At trial, the Uhuru legal team argued they were merely exercising their First Amendment rights.
You can't do what I do and be afraid of going to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I'll be 83 in a few days. And obviously, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in jail.
Each suspect faces 5 years in federal prison. No sentencing date has been set yet, but the Uhuru group does say that their legal teams will be appealing. In St. Pete, Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
What did they accuse them of? Trying to conspire with Russia?
That's what they claim. But my thing is,
I don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it either.
Give him the backstory, Bernard. Give him the backstory.
All right, man. So, these people, I think they had a group in St. Louis, but this one I was in St. Pete, right? So last year, I guess they had a protest down there, and they were talking about the stuff that happened. And they tried to call them Russian agents, and y'all conspiring Russia and all this. That's why they go into court. Now, if you listen to what they said on there, the Uhuru movement say they were trying to do what? Violate their First Amendment rights. Well, they just told you everything you need to know. That's all this is about. But they accuse them of messing with the Russian government. Now they say they're not messing with the Russian government, but they charged them conspiracy, right? Mm-hmm. See. Hi, I'm not gonna compare them to the, the move thing that happened in Philly. But they were another one of them groups that, basically, doing their own thing, planting God. You know what I'm talking about, right? They were another one of them type of groups. And they said, unfortunately, there's a big movement going on about that. You're not FDA approved, yada, yada, yada. And they went after them. No different, right? That's how it goes.
But remember, they was going to some of these world conventions. Remember?
Yep.
They was invited to these world conventions on some of these committees and stuff with other people, right? Because it's relations, people building relations or whatever. And remember, some of the backstory. This is coming out of his mouth, right? Who did he not endorse or promote?
Oh, the Biden administration.
Verbatim, he said out of his mouth, right?
And they clamped down on his ass.
Yeah, man, I was just over there today by the little Uhuru. They got a little cafe right there on West Florissant now. They got the little basketball court they built up. They look real nice. So I guess they doing a little bit, trying to do something over there in that little community. That's the straight hood. I mean, it's a whole stroll over there and everything. I guess they just trying to do what they can do, man. They definitely can railroad on this one.
Well, yeah, because they was not getting help. Remember, people, when you have organizations and you're trying to build like funding and you can only do so much crowdfunding to try to fund these non-for-profit things. You need certain funding from big organizations, governments, agencies, and stuff to help with the shit. And remember, they was not getting that funding from. They was doing funding obviously from themselves and what they do, the work they do, and collecting whatever. But they was trying to get funding from the government, and it was not getting it. So when they went outside of that too, also to try to get people that's willing, could be some people that's associated with Russian American, obviously they was not racist enough. They was willing to come step in and help them with funding. So they're trying to tie them up into a RICO case, espionage case, bro.
But notice the key word. They said they were violating their First Amendment rights. That's the key word, which actually they are. But that's par for the course these days. That's like, hey man, we don't want you to do nothing. That's why I said. See, I know we say this, right? We do have to build things, right? Here's the deal. Can you protect what you're building? Because you better believe these fuckers gonna try to come after every fucking thing you got. You better have a safe. And you got it's gonna be military force, because you can't tell me they were spying on these people to even do what they were doing. They even come that hard on them. They had to spy on these people. So I just let you know that something went down.
Oh, of course they was.
Yeah.
Go get it. I'm gonna come right behind you.
Go ahead, Stice. Go ahead. He said, "Go ahead."
Oh no, I just was agreeing with you. Of course they were spying.
Yeah.
I'm John Sally. I ride the oak.
Oh man, he got some. Yeah, he
yeah.
This nigga trying to be BJ Armstrong, nigga.
No, I'm John Sally.
John Sally.
On that oak, I'm getting them things. Just ride it oak.
Let me ask a question. I'm asking, Pioneer, you said we need to have more people like us in the police and lawyers and judges and prosecutors. That sound good, but some of these people ain't working on behalf of us on these things. As a matter of fact, they doing they down with the fuckery too. Because I mean, this shit right here shouldn't even been nothing that really happened, man. This is some bullshit they did right here.
I'm gonna tell you something else, Bernard. Why these people is kind of it's a mouth. We know it's some political things why they kind of trying to get at Trump, right? Trump is the only president outside of Abraham Lincoln, but really, I'm gonna say the only president per se. Now, the people put Lyndon B. Johnson in that, right? Conversation, right? Because they'll say, "Oh, it's civil rights and voter rights," but Trump is the only president. Because remember, it's this code allegedly, this code, a common law code that black has no withstanding in the law, right? We've heard that before, correct?
Right.
Trump is the only one that was willing to, and he did. He mentioned a lot of black and stuff he wanted to do for black, but the black population in the United States of America. Willing to do something for it, openly see it and do it, and willing to sit down and listen to it. Nobody else, not even Obama, even spoke on. And when we got the interview, if you could pull it up, which we know we can't find that video, where maybe it was between 2009 and 2012, I don't know. But they had an interview with a young lady, and she asked him about reparations, and this man got up off the
He just said that I don't want to offend somebody else. Something like, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? They don't even want to talk about it because allegedly it's this little code of blackness has no standing in law. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we know that's not necessarily a people. We know that could be a social construct. It's well in with the play because you got black colleges, you got black-owned businesses, right? It's a social construct.
Right.
But the people exist, whatever you call it. So all this play with this black is not what we're seeing in the law, and it's this damn Dred Scott case.
No. The people don't exist. They're taking themselves out of existence. Remember, they kind of like what they doing? They get mad every time Trump says something. Like, come on, people. Because he's defying them. He's defying, like you said, this little code that they got. You know what I'm saying? That you can't do nothing for so-called black people. We've heard this behind the scenes that even athletes are not supposed to do something for their little neighborhood community they came from. Alleged stuff. We can't prove it, but it's word on the street type stuff. You know what I mean? But Trump, the only one was openly willing to do something. You know what I mean? Hormone therapy. Yep. Now, Chak, this is for you. I want to bring this up to you. Hormone therapy for prostate cancer. All right, fellas, we're getting into the prostate. Hormone therapy. That sounds kind of dangerous in itself. I don't want that.
My name is
Hold on.
Chak. I'm a medical oncologist.
Go ahead.
Hey, with shits and giggles, why not? Won't you, when you get in, pull up what a prostate, milking the prostate is and a prostate massage is. Professionally, not nothing so freaky.
Milking the prostate. Okay, gotcha. I got it.
Yeah,
Professor of medicine. I'm the chief of genitourinary oncology at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Really, when we talk about hormone therapy for the treatment of prostate cancer, to put very simplistically, it is really knocking down levels of testosterone. So testosterone is the main fuel for prostate cancer, and the main goal of hormone therapy in prostate cancer is to deprive the cancer of the fuel, meaning the testosterone. Now, the main source of testosterone is the testes. 97-98% of testosterone produced in the body comes from there. And initially what we do is we block the testes, typically chemically, essentially depriving the prostate cancer of its primary or main fuel. So if we look at where all we use hormone therapy in prostate cancer, I think the way to look at this is, are we using it in advanced disease or are we using it in locally advanced disease? So in the setting of locally advanced disease, really what we're doing is we're trying to cure the cancer. But in the more advanced setting, when the cancer is spread or when the horse is outside the barn, in that setting it controls. So I think if you look at the whole spectrum of side effects, you can actually categorize them into what you see, what you don't see, and what you feel. And so what you don't see are the metabolic side effects. What you see are the physical side effects that you see, and then what you feel are the side effects that have to do with cognition and processing and thinking. We've had a lot of advances in prostate cancer treatment. As we treat prostate cancer more, we realize there are different subsets. But at the end of the day, the bread and butter of treatment is still dealing with the testosterone. So you can either wipe out testosterone or you can block the androgen receptor. So they're really two sides of the same coin. And the truth is, all the treatments that we have are actually layered on blocking the testes. That is still the foundation of the bread and butter, at least as we understand prostate cancer today.
All right. Let's see. All right.
Hey guys, Keely Reason here, owner of Love Hope Adventure, where I blog about the marriage relationship, intimacy, and marriage, and how you can go deeper with your spouse. And today I'm answering a question about prostate milking. What is it? How to do it, etc. Okay, so the prostate inside of the husband, this is for men, it can be accessed through the anus. I know, exciting, right? So how do you find it? Where is it? What does it feel like? How do you get to it? So the first thing is that you are going to have to do is go in through the anus. This can be done with a toy or with your finger. Now, it's really
That is a lie.
that whatever you use
That's your lie, man.
is for anal sex.
It sound like some
Okay?
bullshit.
Yo,
Do
what
not
the hell?
put random stuff
She's lying,
in your
man.
butt.
No,
because
she's not
what is
lying.
going
But
to
there's
suck
other ways.
it
You don't
in,
have to go inside
go into the
anus, bro.
hospital.
They got a tube. She's like she just said, they got a
Okay?
tube. You
Anything
look outside,
used
pretty much in the
needs to
outside of
be
that gooch area, man.
specifically designed for it. There needs to be a way that you can pull this out, and that it cannot be pulled in without you being able to get it out. So that's just a word of caution. I recommend that if you're going to use your finger, use a glove. If you are going to use a sex toy that is meant for anal sex, use a condom. The reason for this is that it can make it a lot smoother and feel better. Put lubrication on whatever you're using, the glove, the condom, whatever. This will just help it to glide better. The prostate is inside. It feels like a nodule. It's somewhere close to the bladder. You will have to feel around. The husband is going to have to help with this. He'll have to say, yes, I think I found it.
Whoa. Hold on.
This really
Stop.
hurts. So play around, figure it out.
Stop.
Come on.
What she mean to husband?
Hey, come on.
See, Bernard, this is not what I'm you put up the wrong. See, now she's trying to make this a homosexual thing, bro. Why she talking about the husband? I wish you would have brought up the one lady. She's black, man.
Hold
I call her
on,
Rachel. Because she used to be on the doctor show, and her name was Rachel something, and she is a certified men's health urologist and sexual health doctor therapist that helps you with functional medicine. Now she ain't talking about you had to go in no anus, bro. And they directing this toward homosexual people. I'm talking about this regular heterosexual people that's trying to clean out that prostate, because you got all type of bacteria, like say when you pee, urinate, and stuff. That stuff get clogged up in those veins down and those certain, and that shit need to be cleaned.
I don't know where the hell this woman from, man.
Man, she wildin', bro.
And she say use a sex toy. Come on, man.
Yeah, she wildin', man.
Yeah, that's some weird.
I'm done.
Hey, yo,
I'm done with that.
No, she wildin', man. She bogus. But see, she only trying to. See, she trying to. She's advertising to one thing, and that's bullshit, bro. Because
hey, yo, I'm so done.
Nah, man. No, but I'm serious. Y'all need to look this up. It is a medical way they call it milking, and it's not invasive going inside their body, because it is the prostate area, and it is a tool that you use outside of the prostate, and it focuses directly on that.
Right here?
To help you
Hey, with Priceline VIP.
What is this lady talking about, though?
You can unlock deals 5 times.
Sonic.
Some weird ass shit.
A regular massager.
Make sure that you establish solid communication with the receiver.
Wow.
This is like Filipino or something?
Make sure that you get the health history of the person, since this is contraindicated in
should not be uncomfortable and should be pleasurable. Now, if the prostate is irritated or inflamed, it may cause some discomfort. However, we always try to minimize the discomfort and try to reap the best benefits from the treatment. What do you need to do before a prostate massage? Well, number one, go to the bathroom, empty your bladder. You feel so much better about it. Also, go to the bathroom. Do number two. We don't want any competition. And number three, probably a light meal, if that, before the treatment. We don't want anything that makes you feel uncomfortable during the treatment.
I don't know why this thing say the sex thing. I ain't got a feeling they got some explicit shit on this motherfucker. They must be talking about all this thing because I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, man, I ain't with all this butt play for men.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to cut this shit
They
out.
trying to make it butt play, and it's not what it's supposed to be, man. It's supposed to be focused on the prostate, and what you're doing, you're getting some of that old bacteria and gunk and stuff, and you helping yourself. It's a form of ejaculation, but it's more centered on the prostate to get a lot of that stuff up out of there, because a lot of that stuff bag up, urine and stuff bag back up in there. People be holding they pee and stuff like that, and all type of bacteria, like you said, it gets clogged up in there. Semen and stuff get clogged back up and then shot back up in there, and you're trying to clean that out so you can get a good flow through.
Have you ever
did it that's built up?
Have you ever did that? Have you ever did that process?
No, hell no. But I've been I want to talk to Rachel because I would love her to do it for me, because it seems like she's more educated on it, and she's more because the reason why she got into it was her father. This is a black melanated woman, and she got into the men health part of it, and she's more comfortable. She's educated with it, and she's sensitive to protecting the man, not trying to, like you say, sodomize you, man, like these sick idiots is, bro. You know what I mean? Damn. God damn.
Yeah,
Well, look, guys, I didn't know nothing about that, y'all, so I'm sorry.
Sodomize. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It sounds like.
That's what they're doing.
That's exactly what that sounds like. Seriously.
That sounds like
I got 2 games to play less. Oh, maybe 3.
Yeah, it ain't supposed to be no. Yeah, you're not even supposed to enter inside of that anus, bro. See, they on some. See, that was some front play for some damn.
Yeah, they showing you how to peg a man.
Pretty much, and that was not my intent. My intent was to focus on the prostate, the outside, not inside, going inside your anus, bro. That's bullshit, and they know it. Even when you guys, you can look this stuff up, man. Please go search and look this up for your health, man. Men's health, bro. You don't necessarily have to do the prostate with them sticking your finger in it, but it's other ways you could, there's other ways they can take urine samples, they can take, different blood samples. You don't have to do that invasive way they do it anymore, man. So don't even with colon cancer either, they don't have to do all that. They can take stool samples and do other little biopsies and stuff like that. That's not too invasive.
Yeah, I definitely would prefer a stool sample versus being in the compromised position.
That's right.
Damn, man.
Well, look.
But women, learn. This was an exercise for women. I'm not on this same sex shit, bro. I'm heterosexual. Women, if you really love and respect your man's prostate, right? Learn how to milk the goddamn prostate, bro.
Goddamn.
Please. Respectfully, not disrespectfully now.
Yeah, I understand that process too, man. I don't know. Just being in that uncomfortable position.
I feel you on that.
Well, look, let me pull this up.
But the doctor did mention about low testosterone can cause problems with the prostate. So keep that in mind too. A lot of other things is that this cholesterol stuff, right? And this is my opinion, and I did a little small research, so I'm not a medical whatever. Same thing with this breast cancer stuff. They are pre-diagnosing people allegedly and giving them, giving people treatments for something that they don't even have. And one thing, like you said, is with breast cancer and with the cholesterol. They be giving out these cholesterol medications for everybody, just automatically. Oh, your cholesterol's out of You know what I mean? And they give you cholesterol medication, which is a synthetic. Anything synthetic that you consume, that you take in your body, there's going to be an adverse reaction to that synthetic through a drug. So the object is to find I call them healthcare managers. I don't call them doctors. I call them healthcare managers that's dealing with functional medicine and deal specifically with what's going on with you, not this variety range of broad that everybody can be treated the same way. You know what I mean? Encouraging men and women to get with a PCP or a healthcare manager that's fit for you and your health life, man.
All right. Well, let me play this before I get off here. So we all know that we under attack. Never forget. You're right about this prostate thing. We are under attack, and this is another thing how we under attack.
Officials have warned voters to stay vigilant for false information ahead of the 2024 election. Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett and the CBS News Confirm team takes a look at the way that misinformation spreads online and how you can tell fact from fiction.
No one wants to believe they could get duped, but here's the thing. Misinformation, sometimes it sounds true, either because it started with a very small kernel of truth or because it confirms something people already believe. Like the backlash against using sunscreen. Some social media influencers claim sunscreen is dangerous. A few have gone so far as to say it causes cancer. How did we get here? An FDA study showed that some active ingredients commonly found in sunscreen are absorbed into the bloodstream. And of course, there is a history in the US of harmful chemicals in consumer products. But while the FDA is continuing to study the effects of ingredients in sunscreen, there is no evidence they cause cancer or any other harm. Yet there is a mountain of evidence that shows not wearing sunscreen does lead to cancer. But as those kernels of truth about the ingredients in sunscreen are shared, they're sometimes taken out of context and twisted and shared again, leading some people to now believe that all sunscreen is dangerous, despite the facts. In other cases, people may be prone to believe misinformation that backs up a belief they already have. Like the persistent false claim that climate change is exaggerated or even a large-scale hoax, despite evidence proving otherwise. Some climate change deniers say the fact that the Earth's temperature has varied throughout history is, well, proof that climate change isn't real. And that warnings about climate change stem from groups seeking political or financial gain or some kind of power. So they spread stories that back up their belief while ignoring the scientific consensus that climate change is real and caused by humans. If you trace it all the way back to its beginning, misinformation can often start small, as a footnote on a medical study or an anecdote shared online. Then it gets reposted, retold, and shared to more people. And each time, like a game of telephone, the story may change a little. It gets exaggerated or taken out of context, sometimes innocently, sometimes by design. That's why it's important. Always confirm your information. Check whether the source is trustworthy, and maybe if the story is out of date. See what other trustworthy news outlets are saying, and use your common sense. Make sure that story isn't syncing up with something you already strongly believe, leading you to ignore signs it might not be true. Finally, don't share information unless you're confident it is accurate. Two things we know. None of us want to get duped. Here's the other thing we know. We definitely don't want to be the reason.
So that means responsible misinformation. Oh well, you know how it is. Misinformation is what it is. Tell the truth is misinformation. Tell a lie, you're all right. That's how it works. Hey, look, man. Let me pull this up, man. Here you go, Frank.
Bruh. Way too high. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Hamlin would have caught that, bro, ESPN would have been going brazy. Not just ESPN, but everybody low key. Yeah, everybody would have. Yeah, everybody went brazy. Come on. Okay, take that. Oh, okay. Bro, even the coach don't know what's. Look at it, 31-10. Come on, bro. Come on, Tua. Give me something. Give me a banger or something. Come on. Mess with me. Okay, we'll take that. Bro, look at the fans. Don't even know what to say, bro. I like it. Y'all going for it. Okay, run it. Run it. Oh, whoa, Nah, is he? Bro, what's going on? Nah, Hamlin, what?
Well, Frank, there you go. Number 1 and 3.
Wow.
Final score 31-10.
Hey man, what happened? What happened in this clip? Did the quarterback get hurt? Did he have a concussion, or did he not
They
get?
claim he got a concussion, man. But if you see this hit, man, this thing ain't look concussion worthy, man. I'm just saying, man. It's weird because the guy Hamlin is the guy that they claim. I mean, when fell out in the field of cardiac arrest a couple years ago, he was the one who made the tackle or whatever, and the quarterback got injured. So I mean, some people think Cameron a clone. Some people think about him down in the field years ago. But they did mention him last night during the game. He had cardiac arrest in the field a couple years ago, and now he's the starting safety for the Buffalo Bills. So, which is very interesting. We had a young man that in one state, I forgot, he dropped dead on the field, and they kept on playing the game. So, yeah, right. So that's going now. Young athletes dropping dead, and ain't nobody saying anything. So it's what it is, man. Okay, I'm trying to pull this up for you. I gotta find it. I want to show you all that stuff about it.
Well, this week.
All that stuff about goddamn inflation, that shit was a lie. They lied to you again. Oh, no, here it is, right here.
Wow. This new special forces device turns men into beasts.
Well, inflation is the hot button issue of the day because the Fed is about to slash rates in just a few days. What is today? Today is September 11th. Well, just in about 7 days, the Federal Reserve is going to slash interest rates for the first time, and they're going to likely do it 4 times the rest of this year. Inflation, the new August data is just out, up 2.5%. But this is how the Democrats right now are trying to spin this to kind of protect Kamala Harris. Even though it was up by 2.5% in August, they're trying to spin it that it's down. Prices in August 2024 were up 2.5% higher than they were in August of last year. So just all your consumables up higher. That still means the prices are going up. They just went up slower than they did from July. So the prices went up and just a little bit slower, and Democrats are saying, yeah, that's great. It's going up, but slower. No, it's still going up. These people are insane.
That is not how you solve a problem. I mean, if my house was on fire, the fire department put out like 3/4 of it, and they start packing up, I'd still be like, hey, what about the bathroom that's still on fire? Like, oh, well, we got most of it. It's well, we slowed the fire down. It'll be fine.
You might not have a bathroom, but don't worry about it. We slowed it down. You got the rest of it. You can handle the rest of it, Philip. So these numbers went up slower than they did from July to August. From July 2023 to July 2024. As the Wall Street Journal points out, core inflation, a measure that excludes volatile food and energy costs, held roughly steady at 3.2%, sort of like unchanged, 3.2%. So food and energy costs, like one of the most important factors in inflation numbers, held steady, no change, 3.2%. But the Journal calls this a cooling streak. it's not a cooling streak. Prices are still increasing and they're already too high. And of course, stocks were down on this news. Gold prices going up, the US dollar being devalued and going down, down, down. US inflation was up by less in July. This does not mean prices are going down, despite headlines saying that this is cooling. This only means we're going up less fast. And I love how politicians try to spin this. You remember this clown out of the UK saying, oh, yeah, under the Rishi Sunak administration, things are, getting better. We're really cooling on inflation. This is the same strategy that the Biden administration is using. Watch this moment. This is unbelievable.
Great news for people at home. We saw inflation coming down. Crucially, we saw food prices coming down. And this hasn't happened by accident. This has been a result of the government working very hard with the bank, with the Monetary Policy Committee, to make sure we've got these inflation rates coming down steadily now. Real wages are now rising, and people can have a little bit more money at the end of the month, and that's really good news.
Just to be clear, because I think you misspoke just then. When you said prices were coming down, did you mean prices are going up?
Sorry, the rate of which prices are rising are coming down.
So
inflation is coming down. Inflation
Food prices are still going up.
Yeah, I think our viewers find it. Can you just explain this to our
4% and not 5%?
So just explain this to our viewers. You say inflation is coming down, and people say to us, I know, but the prices of goods are going up. So just explain to our viewers how those two things can be true.
So real wages are rising and have been rising now for the last 8 months. And that's really important because it means more money in your paycheck at the end of the month. And that is looking at wage rises and then taking away the impact of inflation. So that is really important.
The prices are going up.
Prices are going up. I mean, the inflation, as you'll know, the target rate of inflation for the country that the Bank of England sets is 2%. So that is the target. That is what the Bank of England and the government are working towards.
Right, so inflation is coming down, but prices are going up. Can I just ask?
Just to be clear. So yeah, prices are going up. Yes, prices are going up. I misspoke earlier when I said prices are going down. Oh.
Yeah, and wages are going up 1% while inflation goes up 3%. So it's still balancing out.
Yeah, but it was 4%. So prices are getting better, or they're not getting worse slower. I don't,
right. They're not getting worse slower, more slowly. It's a creeping cancer. The media frames this as a win, of course, because experts had expected a 3% increase in August. So they're sort of celebrating. They're like, yeah, we thought it would be 3%. It's only 2.5%. Great. So it still went up 2.5%. What are you celebrating, you fools? So that means that Americans continue to put more bill, higher costs for putting food on the table and, for their energy costs and everything across the board right now. Americans have no savings, none. They tapped it all out. It's gone. The new data out from about 2.5 weeks ago shows Americans' credit card debt is an all-time high, and savings is at zero. They're putting all of their purchases on credit cards, and consumer spending is exceptionally low. Just look at the Dollar General numbers from the past few days. Dollar General and dollar stores showing that their consumers.
Is it me or this stream is tripping?
Can't afford to shop there.
Yeah, what?
Is it me? This tripping.
What's tripping?
Yeah, it's jumping a little bit. It's like, yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
What, you fell asleep on the board or something? What you doing?
No, I mean, I can't tell whether it's jumping for y'all. I can tell for me.
Okay.
All right, if you keep on jumping, I'm gonna end it. But
at the dollar store, I mean, where else can you go? The dollar store is too expensive for you now.
I mean, go to McDonald's or Burger King or something like that right now. Fast food restaurant. Look how much a freaking hamburger is.
Oh my God. Yeah, the other night we were running around like crazy and had to pick up some food for the kids. We stopped at Wendy's. By the way, they make a great bacon cheeseburger, by the way. And I got 3 Wendy's cheeseburger meals for the kids. And unbelievable. It was like $40. $40. I'm like, what happened? What in the world happened? I used to ride my bike with my friends over, when I was a kid, go to Burger King, run down to McDonald's, whatever, in the summers, in between swimming at the pool and going to swim practice and all that, stop down Burger King, grab a value meal. for $4.99, $40.
When I was a kid, I literally walked to a place called Burger Chef and could get hamburgers for 25 cents.
Yeah.
My life.
Do you remember the dollar menu? I know it sounds like I remember when I was a kid. I walked up to school.
Rotary phone.
But I mean, what that says is it's not. And by the way, we should point out that is pure inflation. That is the size of the hamburger hasn't changed at all. The number of fries in a McDonald's value meal hasn't changed at all. What has changed is the cost of it. It's the same damn Happy Meal now twice or 3 times expensive. That is inflation.
Yeah, because if you got more farms, you got more cattle, then how does the price go up? The price should go down. The price shouldn't rise to, like he said, at the price it is now. A burger.
All right.
What has changed for those same burgers to be the price they are now?
But the thing is, you can't. Inflation isn't going to go up, and interest is going to go down. You know, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, man. They're both going to keep up, man. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why inflation goes up is because the interest rate goes. I mean, the reason why the interest rate goes up is because inflation goes up. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can't tell you what's inflation though. What is that?
What is that? I know. Good point.
And what causes inflation?
Good point.
Well,
look, if you bring more people into the country allegedly, and the population allegedly is growing, correct? Allegedly, right? We're not allegedly because they brought people in, immigrants, people having kids. They're bringing people that are coming in is having kids, right? But some of these people are undocumented. So, yeah, the population is growing, right? Yeah, they got people that's working, right? But some of these people, once again, are not being counted as taxable. But they getting the work out of them. So the production is getting done. So who's collecting that money? And how's that money being reported? That revenue.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They're cooking the books, man. They're cooking the books.
That's a good
You
point.
get the production because they just told you. They just told you that. I mean, if we go back to this Haitian thing in Springfield, they're bringing in a certain amount of group of migrants to come in and work these manufacturing factory jobs for the production. You know what I mean? California, they got certain people coming in certain areas. Mississippi, they got people in Chicago. I mean, some of these other mid-America states, you know what I'm saying, like the Midwest states, where these rural areas is, where they, can put people with these distribution centers and these warehouses and all these storage facilities and stuff. They cooking the books.
Just right here.
It was 10 years ago, 3 years ago. It's unbelievable. It's not great no matter how you spin it. The government shows no signs of decreasing their spending. Kamala Harris last night, of course, talking about wanting to give $25,000 in down payment assistance to people buying a home. Where is that money going to come from? And you want to further screw over the housing market? My God. And then we get this data today. Almost 1 in 4 millennials and Gen Zers say they won't have kids due to finances. 1 in 4. We can't afford it. Almost a quarter of millennials and Gen Z adults without children say they plan to stay that way. The reason? Money. 23% of these adults, ranging from 18 to 43-year-olds, said their financial motivation to remain childless boils down to 2 issues. Financial freedom that comes from not having kids, as well as concerns about their ability to foot the bill for raising children. And of course, this is exactly what they want. I know we joke about that phrase, right? But that's exactly what Democrats want. They don't want you to have children. They don't want a nuclear family. They don't want you to procreate. And they've mocked it recently. What was a story we did 2 weeks ago here on the show about how liberals it was a New York Times piece, wasn't it, saying, parenting is really hard. It's too stressful, and you really should just not do it.
Oh, yeah,
So just don't have
a mental condition they were saying.
It's just a mental condition.
Yeah, it's almost like the speed is spinning up or something, man. What they do?
3 million illegal immigrants.
What the hell going on?
replace.
Well, like they said, Shaq, they're cooking the books. It's over with. And they're saying, hey, Gen Z say they want to have the kids, so it's all over with, brother. No, I'm joking. But that's what you want. But
CBP1. You got that video?
What bill?
CBP1.
No, I didn't remember my last one. I gotta pack this stuff up. CB what?
CBP1.
Is that Senator Holly?
Who?
Is that Senator Holly?
That's an app. It's an app for these migrants, these immigrants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the CBP1. Yeah,
Tonight,
pull that video.
are calling out the Biden administration for a Trump-style policy at the U.S. southern border, pointing to the CBP.
Why does it sound like that?
P1 app, the application that would
Fast like that.
claims, but instead, advocates say it's putting migrants
Yeah, you got some
in
scared
the
up.
hands of cartel.
Was that fast forward or something?
Yeah, you got the fast forward on.
The report from Human Rights Watch sheds light on why so many migrants have given up hope with CBP1 and instead crossed illegally into the United States to flee unsafe and overcrowded conditions in northern Mexico. Human Rights Watch claiming that after over 100 interviews with migrants, border officials, and activists, they found that while asylum seekers waited for appointments in Mexico, they reported kidnappings, extortion, sexual violence, disappearances, and other types of harms. A senior Customs and Border Protection official says CBP1 has actually decreased violence against migrants waiting to cross the border predates the app.
You are now ready to use the CBP1 mobile application.
The app was put into widespread use in January 2023 and requires migrants to make appointments for asylum screenings on their phones before crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. But ongoing glitches and limited appointments have pushed thousands to cross the border illegally instead. Ongoing issues that NBC News has documented firsthand.
It says, please choose, yes, Spanish, please choose date and time. But then it says, there's no date and time available. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m.
A year later, the Biden administration has kept the application in place.
The greatest challenge with respect to the CBP1 app is not a technological challenge, but rather the fact that we have many more migrants than we have the capacity to make appointments for.
But as time goes by, the report pointing to growing concerns. Some migrants saying they didn't have a phone or know about the app. Some adding they had no place to stay in northern Mexico to wait as shelters were full and felt racially or ethnically discriminated. Black and brown asylum seekers had problems submitting pictures with the app's facial recognition technology, and migrants who spoke languages other than English, Spanish, or Haitian Creole could not read its instructions. And Tom, we should point out that according to CBP statistics, nearly 30,000 migrants every month are able to successfully book appointments through the CBP1 app and come to the U.S. border claim asylum. But advocates like Human Rights Watch say that it's still too restrictive on
Human Rights Watch.
Asylum. Look at the numbers of migrants who are crossing illegally between ports of entry and are apprehended by Border Patrol. Those numbers are regularly above 130,000 per month, sometimes over 200,000. Tom?
Okay, Julia.
Human
Julia,
Rights
thank you.
Watch.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
Well, see, they talk about human rights when it comes down to other groups of people from other. That's crazy.
Well,
no human rights for us, right? I see why it's like that, because you got people like Ben Crump and all these fictitious cat, pushing for civil rights, which is under the color of law. You know what I mean? Which is irrelevant. You know what I mean? That's
guess
not
what?
real.
Well, I'm gonna say this. That's why we have to keep reporting information. That's why we got to keep knowing what's going on. And that's why we have to watch out. We're under attack. The war is still going on. Never ended, by the way. And that's it. I mean, hey, so people have to do what they got to do. I look at it like this. Time to speak now. However, hold your peace. I talked about lynching day. I talked about this. Talk about prostate. Talk about a lot of things. And we even had a special guest come on in, Jack Stice. So Jack Stice, shout out to innovation, man.
Oh man, yes sir, Jack Cowboy Stice, man. Co-creator, content creator at PKF Topics, alongside my brother Patriotic Clown Face, man. You can hit my YouTube up at Patriotic Clown Face. PKF Topics. Sorry about that. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. Because I gotta, I interview this lady once a month from down there in East St. Louis. Her name Miss Michelle. I gotta get on next week probably. Talk about the education, school system, and all that, right? Okay. So, how is life in East St. Louis for you?
Well, I'm not located directly in East St. Louis, but I'm very in tune with it. I'm always out there, but I mean, when you say how is life for me, I can just tell you awesome every day. But yeah, the city definitely.
People. Let me throw the people in. Let me go.
I mean, it's pretty much the same as you would see in most urban communities, man. Turmoil, a lot of poverty.
That's how you know this stuff by design, because he says the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of little crime. You know what I'm saying? People.
You have Indian and Pakistanis running stores there.
No, you might have like. They gotta be. It's some Middle Eastern people who own little mom and pop shops, but they always been there, Yeah, but nothing new. I haven't seen any immigrants and stuff flood the area like that. I ain't seen none of that.
Okay, well look, this is what I'm gonna say. You keep it a good work, keep on hanging out with the kids, man.
Yes, sir.
Do your thing, man. Don't and look, like I said, don't get into that all the drama right now. We got a war to fight. Keep fighting.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shaq, what you got, man? You brought Jack Cowboy States on, so what you got?
Yeah, man, that's my partner in
Crash the party.
I wasn't gonna say partner in crime. But no crime here, baby. Anti-crime, baby.
No, it's crime. Don't worry about it. Look, we are criminals. We are enemies of the state. We are criminals. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's all hands on deck with me, man. So yeah, I brought my boy Stice on, man. We did a little blog talk a couple years back, Shaq and Stice, Working Man Blues segment, and we've been thinking about resurging that, but life things is lifing. You know what I mean? We got other ventures dropped off. I got some stuff in the background. But I do want Stice, man, in the future, like I said, we play back and forth. Maybe he bring some of y'all on his stuff too and talk some stuff. You got a good life history that's going on with yourself there. But yeah, we haven't mentioned about the contract agreement, and I think we have to bring him on and let him lay out the contract agreement. Just give you a synopsis of what it is. You know what I'm saying in the future. Future conversation. This is
man. Hey, look, man. You asking these women to sign a contract like asking to be putting the damn who the fucking goddamn cement is stuck. Hey, look.
Correct.
Hey, look, man. You're getting sunk in asphalt and you becoming a cement block. Cause this shit is like, oh man, this stuff is so impractical these days. I mean, I got a woman that say, "Dad, go sexy read her role model." Like, what the hell they got to do with anything? Like, okay. So, hey man, people got all types of heroes, man. Zero to hero, goddamn it. Yeah, I heard him saying, "Go glow, go glow, glow, glow." I'm like, "Go Meg, go Meg." And little kids are listening to Megan Thee Stallion. Don't realize. I said, "Oh yeah, I know that song." said, damn. And they're like 5 and 6. As a matter of fact, the other little kid told the other kid, when you play that song, make sure you play the clean version. That song ain't that clean to be playing. I'm gonna tell you something. Because if you play the clean version, it'll be like skip. This is the way out, man. I mean, damn, man. I know we used to have the clean version when we was kids, but we got to come on and all talk about some things that, music that we was coming up with things like that too. Because this stuff ain't hitting. I mean, like I said, the best thing that happened in Black America this week, I guess, was clowns actually believing that bullshit with Shannon Sharpe or whatever that dumb shit was. Right.
But you know what? Speaking of that, we got an artist on the damn on.
I know. Yeah, he got a song.
He got a couple songs featured. I mean, did you want to introduce some of your featured songs, man? That y'all, I like them. Probably plug your partner, unless he dropped off.
Right here.
Yo. Yeah, man.
All right, he probably went to sleep.
All right, well. We're going to shout him, Miss Shaq.
You can catch me maintaining and complaining on Instagram at Shaq_Edwards and Facebook at Shaq Edwards. And you catch me on the YouTube streets, man, a couple platforms. I'm talking about banging and slanging. You know what I mean?
All right.
Brain banging, when I call it.
Well, all right. Franchise information, brother.
Yo, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Word XX Frank Nitty XX, YouTube, also on Instagram, and then Frank Jones 8115. You know what I mean? Holla at me, hit me up, check me out.
Now, I just want to say that y'all can give me a King B.J. Johnson YouTube right here. If they don't strike the videos down, they did that the other night. They did what is it? For the third hour. So they did a lot of things. So we had that. It's been an interesting week. I really met the good brother Darren Muhammad the other day. Me and him, we was out there. I was out there in Baltimore. It was interesting. See, so I was, out there. Been traveling a little bit. So I was laughing at it because I said, man, we got to do that. We got a lot of things to talk about these days. We got to do a lot of work. This video shouldn't be taken down tonight. I don't think I spread any misinformation. And if I did, so be it. I'm being the next Adrian Peterson. Only thing is, I'm beating these clowns across the head. So,
King BJ, Brother Bernard Johnson came up. That was a picture we took at Terra Cafe. So, shout out to that brother and thank him for coming out. Let's see. Anything else we'll say?
He shouted me out. He said, thanks for coming in. Now, let me tell you how life comes full circle. Right quick. The day I went up there is also the day where the brother Darren Seals was killed in Ferguson about 6-7 years ago. 8 years ago in the burning car. That's how life worked, man. You go out there and it's the same day as anniversary of something else. You never know the shoulders that you're on or things that happened on that same day. So always remember your dates, times, signs, symbol, numerology. At the beginning of the week, James Earl Jones, his name died, and we had Frankie Beverly Mays died. So, and that was on 9/11. And that was all overshadowed by that bullshit, Shannon Sharp bullshit. Right.
You notice they don't talk about Trayvon Martin or Darren Shields or any of them guys. They don't do no anniversary of them. They don't. That's what all this so-called street justice and all this Black Lives Matter stuff. They don't bring them up.
Man, it's over with, man. I mean, that was Kamala Harris running right now. What you can talk about? You talking? Look, man, you worry about Tyree Hill right now, man. Don't worry about that. Shit. Worry about Tyree Hill, man.
Ironically, he might be a Haitian.
Hey, yo, that could be funny. Cause
it could be funny.
Cause I mean, I just think about it, man. Like the amount of press they gave him, and I told you there was a Cuban police officers, most of them anyway, right? But Cubans and Haitians don't get along too well. So that probably was. But it is what it is, man. But hey, man, it's a bunch of shit.
Is John Legend Haitian?
Who?
John Legend.
I gotta look up his background, man. He could.
Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, that Legend, that's some. See, if you hang around some of these people from these islands in Caribbean,
but that ain't his name. That ain't his name. He told you his
Yeah.
name was John Stevens. He started calling himself Legend. He ain't. His name is John Stevens.
That's something from these Caribbean. They use that type of language like that. My partner, Bahamian, his name is Son Legend. His first name Legend. So I've been around some of these, so I know some of the verbiage and how they kind of think. That nigga might be Caribbean. He might got some Caribbean ancestry. Haitian. Or something. Creole or something. Haitian Creole.
I don't give a fuck what John Legend said. Just don't follow him and take that jab. Fuck him. That's what. See, y'all were. People talking about that. I said, no, he got that commercial telling you to get your flu and COVID shot at the same time. Don't listen to that fool. Fuck him.
Why he can tell you medical advice, but you know what I mean?
Hey,
and
man,
not get
medical doctor, man. Didn't you find out that yet?
Huh?
He's a medical doctor.
Man. Okay, man.
Hey, man, everybody a doctor except you and me.
Damn. Right?
Hey, I mean, hey, man, it is what it is, man. Hey, man. I just told you they took that video we did the other night. I don't even know what the hell we did. I guess we played that video, right? So
you know what you did.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, man. I'm about to plead the fifth. I did.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about this social media stuff, man. It's like they quick to come out after our channels, man. They be, I just don't be understanding that. You know what I mean? But you have people like Cynthia G and people like that talking about deleting babies and all that shit. They be on there for years. They don't be messing with their stuff until you know what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. It's just like,
hey, man, they're saying the right thing,
right.
man.
That's how you know we speaking some truth too.
They're saying the right thing, man. They're doing it.
It's crazy because if you were speaking some lies and some BS, why don't they just let you make a fool of yourself, right? That says a lot right there.
I should have played Shannon Sharp for clown purpose, but I just said no. You know what? I'm not, because this guy's not he's not
that nigga ain't cutting no cheeks, man.
Yeah, right. I know, right? Kind of crazy, right? Hey, Frank, the man accidentally put his phone on IG Live. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh, now why would it even be on? Don't you have to click that shit and put it on? And
she probably wanted to be videotaped.
Hey, man.
That's a lot of this shit is staged, man.
Hey, man, he did it, man. Frank, the goddamn people been calling him a Twinkie for a while. They said, shit, let me put this video out there to stop him calling me a Twinkie.
Damn.
Easy way to do it, man. That's all you got to do, man. He wear them damn tight-ass pants. Ain't nobody ever seen that man with no damn woman. But, shit.
Skip. Come on now, Skip. You want to get pussy. Come on, Skip. I tell that thing go. I tell that thing up, Skip. I tell that thing up real good.
Notice they got rid of Paul Pierce probably about 5 years ago. 2 years ago. shit, they ain't get rid of him. So what's the problem? That told me this shit was bullshit. They said, man, go out there and act like you. And look, how the hell we know it's even a woman? That's what you need to be asking next. But with that being said, y'all take your time, man.
Man, I ain't hear no macaroni.
All right, man, for sure.
All right, man, take your time.
One, man.
Yes.